and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Yeah, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to the elders in Connecticut, the elders, the brothers in the Four Winds, preaching the truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom.
Shalom.
To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. To you sisters, you Akwakim, who listen and learn under your husbands, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and in silence. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, this your brother Ram Yahawada. We're going to start with, I believe this one right here, the 1 Corinthians.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians,
2 Corinthians
chapter 11 and verse 14, and it reads, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light."
Right. We're not marveling, or we're not wondering greatly like how the people of this world is, man. Right? Because you could come up and say anti-Sim, and you could say that you're the people because you're in the land, right? Matter of fact, can you get that? What's it? Zechariah. Zechariah 9 and 6.
I got it. You got it? Want me to pull it up?
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, Zechariah.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6, and it reads, "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod."
Right, and there's nothing but a bastard, right? Because a bastard is someone who don't have a father, and you don't have a father. Your father is basically null and void. You don't have a god. All your gods are idols. They can't speak. They can't talk. They can't breathe. They don't think. They're nothing but engraven either wood or stone. They're nothing, right? So you don't have a father like we have a father, right? We have a God that's our father, man. I mean, so close to us that he refers us to us as his woman, man. He makes it symbolic as if he's our husband, right? And nothing could be closer, or at least supposed to be closer than a man and his wife, man. That's why the Lord said that when two come together, let no man divide them, right? And that's ultimately what you're supposed to be. As the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you're supposed to let no man divide you. That's why it says, be not deceived, man. Be not deceived, right? By any means, so that way you keep your crown, right? Roughly paraphrasing in Revelations, right? Because there's a get that Ezekiel 36 and 5. Let me get that from brother. I think it's Ezekiel 36 and 5. Or is it Ezekiel 20?
Ezekiel, you said 36?
Yeah, 36 and 5.
Ezekiel 36, starting at verse 5. "Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen."
Right, the Lord's speaking against you, Amalek, right? Because ultimately you're just transforming yourself into an angel of light by so-called putting yourself in that land, and then having the world believe that you're those people, but then you're committing the most atrocities in the world, so therefore it doesn't look like no one's considering you. And then the whole thing you do is put everything on us, pretty much like the thing you said you were watching, brother, how the guy finally got upset, and then this is a so-called Edomite, who may look like an Edomite, but who knows what he is, but he came out and said, look, you're the atrocity that you have done towards the so-called black man, which is really the tribe of Judah, Benjamin and Levi, right, the southern kingdom, and also you the northern kingdom, right, starting from Ephraim on down to the so-called Mexicans. You've done great atrocities towards these people, man. We know that the main slave owners of the ships and everything was Amalek, man. You small hats, man. We know that, man. And all you're doing is transforming yourself into an angel of light, man. Saying that you're these people and you're not, man. So everybody's thinking that you're you're throwing the brick and hiding the hand, so to speak, like what people say. That's an old saying, but that's what it is. So people think that you're these God-fearing people, even to this day, man. We break down the scriptures word for word. But all this dude had to say is anti-Sem, and no scriptures, nothing to back them up, or any goddamn thing.
Yep.
But somehow they're the people of God, man, right? Having kosher pork and Pink City and all sorts of abominable things. What about all the diseases on the earth, man? When the Lord said that He will wipe our tears, you know what that's when He said to wipe our tears and there will be no more tears. Because that's what's going to happen when we get in the kingdom. There ain't going to be no more tears. That means there ain't going to be no more diseases, man.
And there ain't
So
gonna be no more war.
So why is there a Yeah, come. That's Isaiah 2. You didn't get that?
Yeah.
Micah 4.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Michael Ford.
Micah 4 or Ezekiel 2.
Yeah.
They both pretty much say the same thing.
No, it's Isaiah 2. It's in Isaiah 2.
I mean, Isaiah 2. It's like
Yeah.
Isaiah 2 and Micah 4.
Yeah.
And wipe away all tears is Revelations 21.
Okay,
They're already
go
got
ahead.
it.
Yeah. This is Revelations 21 and verse 4. And the
Isaiah
Most
2.
High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes,
Micah.
Right.
and there shall be
2 and 1.
Why are there people crying right now? Why is the earth mourning, man? The earth is mourning.
Start at 2.
You're in the land, and the whole earth is mourning,
That's right.
right? Why is there a global pandemic, man? If you're the people, you're doing it wrong, man. Everything is upside down. You change the courses of things, and everything's upside down because you're in the rulership seat, man, and you're ultimately the devil. That's why you're adverse against righteousness, man. Go ahead, keep on.
And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death.
Woo, whoa. Ain't there people dying? You're in the land, and there's people dying.
That's right.
Something's wrong. Wait. So why ain't these Christians or anybody calculating this? Wait a minute. Don't the Lord say measure the time diligently? Ain't that part of measuring?
So,
Come on, let's calculate. Wait, Nigga, people are dying.
Doesn't add up.
Don't add up.
Doesn't add up.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's
People
war.
are dying, and there's war.
So it
Well,
doesn't add up. You know
Well,
what I mean?
people die doing war, but people are dying from just regular
Disease
things,
and everything
diseases. Right? They just had a global pandemic, right?
No.
But tell a boneheaded so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian this, and they don't quite get it, man. They don't quite get it. We understand that the Lord, but it's just, man, it's so aggravating,
So
man.
Well,
frustrating.
another name for
Yeah.
Christianity is defiance.
Yep.
Because whatever comes out of the scriptures, they're in defiance to.
Right.
That's right.
You know?
Well, going back to the thing of Catholic, because they really come from the Catholic Church, right?
Yeah.
And Catholic mean universal,
Universal.
so they're universal to this world, man.
That's right.
Everything is I was doing the thing about I was doing a lesson about good and evil, right? Because it says those that take good and make it evil and make evil good, that's where they at. They're universal, or what's that thing when you used to have a jacket and it was a Raiders jacket, but you could flip it inside out, and one side is black, but you could flip it out inside out, and then on the side reversible, yeah, reversible. I had a reversible jacket. On the other side, it was gray. You know what I mean? But it still was a Raiders jacket, and you still had pockets on both sides. A reversible, and that's what you are. You're reversible or universal to wickedness, man. Right? Go ahead, on.
Neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain.
Ooh. Yeah, having AIDS, having cancer, right? That's pain, man. Right? Dying of earthquakes. You're going over there invading Haiti, right? Using so-called political lies and trying to backdoor them, setting up your own puppet leaders.
Russia invades. We bring democracy.
Yeah.
Right, another way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't invade your country with military.
Right.
We bring
Democracy.
peace and hope
Yeah.
to you.
Well, that's another way of transforming yourself into an angel of light. Right, gun.
You know.
Absolutely.
Well, see, that's why the nations are mad. 'Cause right after democracy comes what? Feminism, And-
Homosexuality.
Yeah, and
Crooked letter.
Crooked letter,
it,
crooked
it,
letter I.
it destroys the whole area. It destroys the whole nations. And that's what they do, man. The scripture says they heap to them all nations, man.
That's right.
Right, cunt. That's right. And Habakkuk.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the former things are passed away.
Right. Those.
And just to clarify, Salakia, this is Israel. This is not the rest of you nations. You're still going to have your sicknesses. You're still going to be crying. You're going to have all of the troubles that we have right now.
Yep.
You know, Israel is going to...
But wait, according to Christianity, they got their replacement theology,
Uh-huh.
and it's supposed to be
The
them
spiritual
too, the
Israel.
spiritual Israelite. So then, yet and still, why ain't that happening?
Yep.
So if you're thinking you can creep your way in there and go through the back door, okay, well still, wait, we got to do a little adding, subtracting, a little. People are still dying,
Yep.
so something's wrong.
I
If
got
these
a
people are in the
precept.
land, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
this is the precept to go with what was being said. Isaiah 29:16.
Mm-hmm.
Surely you're turning of things upside down.
Right, and that's ultimately what you're doing, Amalek. Right, you're basically shutting down the whole world during your pandemic. Right, turning everything upside down. You're turning the common cold into the boogeyman, man. So ultimately, look, the Lord is coming to judgment. That's why the Lord said jealousy, man. The Lord said His name is jealousy.
No,
He's-
he's all love.
No, the Lord's name is jealousy. Right, one of
He's not
Wait a minute. I thought I'm so confused.
Yeah.
right.
He's on love and no hate.
And then fucking dumbass Oprah Winfrey, I don't want to serve a God who's jealous. Well, the Lord said that we're His wife. Obviously, you're going to be jealous if your wife is dealing with somebody else, man.
Right.
You know what type of that thing that invoking you? Oh my God, the anger, the rage, man. They got a thing called that. Was that when you murder somebody? It's rage.
Ravage.
No, when you it's because they'll say you commit murder, so it's not first degree murder. It was just out of that
Crime of
crime
passion.
of
passion,
passion,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rage. It wasn't. You didn't mean to do
They
it, but it was just that.
premeditated.
Yeah, it
Right,
wasn't
right.
premeditated. But in that motherfucking moment, oh shit,
Walked in, saw it happen.
man,
Everybody got to die.
everybody gotta go.
Dog.
Everybody.
And legitimately, according to the Bible, through the laws which I don't believe in, if a man or a woman commit adultery, both of them shall be put to death,
Right.
according to the law, man. So what do you think the Lord, through His jealousy, put us through slavery?
But-
That's why some of us had to die, some to the sword, some to the famine, some to the beast, and that's what happened to us. And that's going to ultimately what's going to happen again. Go ahead, Ike.
Because when Oprah said that, the reason why Oprah said that she don't want to believe in the God that is not all about love is because that
Her God is Esau.
You know, her God is Esau.
Yeah.
You know, so-called JC. Because JC gives them the license to keep doing what they're doing, committing adultery, sinning. You know,
Her
doing
God
all
is the
this.
elite, because
Yeah.
even when she was having that conversation with
Oh, yeah.
Dave Chappelle, he was saying certain things. They were saying that's one of the signals to the
Yeah.
to Illuminati
Yeah.
that she's still with him. They say you put your hand on your forehead like this, right on the side of your temple, and she was letting them know, I ain't with anything he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm
Yeah.
not with this. So she'd be talking, and then when he say something that's against the Illuminati, every time she did this.
Yeah.
You gotta go back and watch that. She put her hand like this, and even that what's his name? He did that. What's his name? Folk Master Flex. He did that. One of the dudes, he was rapping. He said something about square, and the dude's not square. Folk Master Flex did this. I was like, oh, yeah, he's part of that thing. Yeah.
Mm.
But go ahead.
Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
For shall the work
Right. Potter's clay. What do you do with clay? You could
Mold
mold it, warp it how you want to do it. And now, because you're saying that you're the people, you're living in that land, people are esteeming that as you're the actual people. No matter how much we come out with proof, archaeological finds, we done
Right.
found all sorts of stuff in the scriptures, giving the description of the Lord. Oh, you know what? That don't mean black. You know that don't mean woolly hair. You know what?
that's not their appearance.
Yeah.
This is just not their appearance. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, Jeremiah 14 and 2. That don't mean black.
That's
Yeah.
out,
You
that's
know,
out of
'cause that's just-
context. That's out of context.
Yeah,
Right,
because they say that he don't have no color. You know what I mean?
When
But
you-
there's color in the Bible.
When you think about it, the educational system was formed by them.
Yo,
They taught you what ISH means,
yo.
and they so intelligent.
Right.
They don't think you get it when they tell you right to your face.
Right
I'm
to your face.
ish.
Yo,
Like,
Well, it's been esteemed as the what? The potter's clay.
that's right.
That's ultimately what it is, man. And what they say, so-called goes, because now they're esteemed as the potter's clay, and you believe this is real. And then
Right.
you, like, I got a cousin. She's super smart. She went to college, everything. And I've been, so you acting like you're the two. When those people are over there in the land, and you don't freaking get it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
it was Canaan before Israel went to that land.
Yep.
It was the land of Canaan.
Canaan. Right.
So, Israel is a people before it's a place.
Right.
So they just, they like, well, we're here in this land, so but even being in that land, they're not the Israelites, they're
Nope.
the Israelis.
Yo,
It's not the nation of Israel, it's the state of Israel.
Yep.
That's a corporation.
And not to mention,
know?
the Lord said that the heathens should no more be in that land
that
with
land.
us.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the heathen with them, but what are they doing? They fighting against the Palestinians for rights and the thing. So you can't be the people. But these people are not measuring the time diligently. They're not going through the scriptures and actually coming up with the right answers.
And it's funny because it's not Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Reuben, Ephraim, and it's Jew-ish. That's it. That's the only tribe over there. And Levi.
well, they don't even know nothing about the other tribes.
That's the
When you
only
ask
right,
them,
right.
They don't have no
You
clue
know?
where the other tribes are at.
But the scripture says we all going home.
Oh,
So why how nothing they do adds up. It just
it don't.
you have to be completely void of common sense to accept anything that devil says.
Well,
I got
he's
this.
transformed to an angel light. Go ahead, keep going.
So in finishing, so shall the work say unto him that made it,
Mhm.
he made me not?
Right.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right. So the Lord made the world for Israel's sake,
That's right.
for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and you Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but your bloodline goes back to Israel. He made it for our sake, right? So go back to what you just read, just that last piece, because I was thinking, because it made me think of something.
Or shall the thing framed say of
Right.
him that framed it?
Right. So the Lord framed this thing a certain way. So now you're trying to say, because the Lord said in the womb that the elder shall serve the younger, and he framed it that way, you're trying to say, hey, look, you framed it, but keep going.
He had no
You
understanding.
don't got no understanding. I'm finna come back, and I'm gonna take the blessing, and I'm gonna keep the blessing, and I'm gonna use anti-sim and use this, that, and that, whatever I could use to keep the blessing. That's ultimately what you're doing, and they're trying to esteem that as the potter's clay, man. Right? But ultimately, what happens to lies, man? They're all gonna fall down, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. But didn't I have you on another one before that?
You asked me to get, I think it was Second Maccabees, 6.
What's the first name?
It was Second Maccabees. He asked for
Second.
Second Maccabees 1 verse 1, 2, 3.
No, did you get the 3?
That's what, 3
Yeah.
and 48? Okay. This is Maccabees 3 and 48.
You asked me to get First Maccabees.
Second Maccabees 6.
1,
No 6. 6 verse 1 to 2. But
This is Maccabees 3 and 48. And laid open the book of the law,
right.
wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness
Right, so
of
this
their
is not
image.
So this is not a brand new thing. That's why it says, "Don't marvel that Satan has transformed himself to an angel light." Because what he did that before, at the time of Julius Maccabees, which is a Levite, he fought against them and took back the book and realized, oh my God, these heathen are putting their images in our book, right? Well, go up a little bit from that.
Okay.
And this is how bad that was. You know what I mean? According to the Israelites, man.
So where you want to start at?
Just above that, above 47. Yeah.
Then they fasted
Right. See.
that day.
Yeah. So they it was so bad that they was like, you know what? We got to go on a fast. Go ahead.
And put on sackcloth
Right, for mourning, for true mourning.
and cast ashes upon their heads.
And cast ashes upon their head. And nobody said, let's go find some black clothing so we can mourn. Sackcloth is more like this brother's thing right here. That's sackcloth. They just put it on.
That's right.
Threw dust upon their head, right?
And
this-
rent their clothes.
And rent their clothes, because this is a grievous thing for you heathens to be trying to proclaim that you're the Israelites and somehow you're in the land and you only do enough that the Lord don't send the wild beast. But pretty soon the Lord's going to send the wild beast.
Right.
The Lord's going to he's not going to hold back his peace anymore, right? Keep going.
And laid open the book of the law,
Right,
wherein the heathen had sought to paint
Right.
the likeness.
right. You Amalek, man. You small hat, right? Going back to you Edomites, ultimately. You try to put the likeness of your image, basically trying to say that you're the Israelites. You're the angels,
You're
right?
Jacob. You're Jacob.
You're Jacob, right? Because the Lord said that we are gods, man,
Right.
right? So you're trying to say that you're those people, but then why is that's what you go get that Isaiah 2. That's what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It just came back to me.
I'm reading Micah 4. Can we read that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 1, and it says, "But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall be established in the top of the mountains."
Right. That's the main government. And you're not the main government because what's going on with Russia? Russia's not afraid of you. Russia changed the thing and said, know what? You can't buy any crude oil or anything unless it's with gold or rubies. You're not the top government. You're not the top mountain. So that's how we know you're just a bastard that's dwelling in Ashdod. Matter of fact, that's what the brother, you didn't finish reading that Ezekiel 36, 5. I don't think you finished it.
No, he didn't finish it. No.
That's what's going on.
36 and 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this first verse, please.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me finish that because I could feel it. I was like, something ain't right. I was like,
missing something.
yeah,
a little
something
bit.
missing. Yeah.
Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. Right. And it reads, "Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai power, surely in the fire of my jealousy."
Right. The Lord's jealous, man. In the fire of his jealousy. Who's he jealous for? For you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you Israelites around the world, wherever the Lord has driven you, right? Through your misbehavior, your serving of other gods, right? But the Lord is bringing back the elect, man, the ones that He set up to have the heart, which is your lob, your mind, to repent, man, right? Because it ain't gonna be everybody, but the Lord set up a remnant, right? He said, "I got 7,000 that will not bow the knee to Baal," man. So we have that, man.
Right.
I guess when Christians read this, it's the fire of my love.
Yeah, the fervent. Yeah, I think you said fervent lover.
You know. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai power, surely in the fire of my jealousy
Right.
have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
Right. Get that. Get the. Hold your spot. Can you get to Joel? Joel 3 and 1. Because that's basically what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah. That's ultimately what he's saying. He's speaking, man. He's speaking to and it's jealousy, man. You don't know what kind of power you are dealing with, Amalek, right? You think you think your prognosticators, your sorcerers, with your enchantments, man. You think it's gonna win, man?
I got it.
That's Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days, and
Right, the last days.
and in that time,
Yeah, we're coming to that time real soon, right?
That's right.
You see, China saying, "Look, we ready to make war." You got Russia saying they ready to make war, and America's basically making war, but they ain't really saying it. Like I said, transforming themselves into an angel of light. They're really going in saying they need to do this and they need to do all that, and ultimately they're the ones who really
They're being the aggressors.
they're being the aggressors in the whole thing. Because Putin ain't really did any of this. Because Putin was saying, "Look, I really don't want to do this, but I will shoot these nukes." He's like, "I really don't want no parts of this, but hey, test them, and we want you to test them, because guess what? That's our salvation. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our salvation. Keep going.
you want to go back from the top?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captives of Judah and
Right,
Jerusalem.
right. We're coming back, man. We're the captives. We're coming out of this. Lord willing, we be the men. We're gonna be in that chariot, man.
Right.
Looking down. No, keep going. You didn't get to the juicy part, man. You gotta get the meat off that. Man.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. And I will also gather all nations.
Ooh,
And I
there it
will
is, right here. In the fire of his jealousy. What is the Lord gonna do against all these heathens?
and will bring them down into the valley of Hashapha,
Yahweh Shaphat.
Hashapha, and will plead with them. Therefore,
Right? And we already talked about that plead. That plead is not baby, please. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Keith Sweat. This plead.
Brown.
That
James
is
Brown.
James
James
Brown.
Brown. Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because hold on. Yeah, because that is in judgment. That plead is judgment, man.
That's right. Great rap.
By your neck.
Go ahead.
for my people
Right.
and for my
So when has anybody did that for the so-called Amalek?
That's not the spiritual people. For my heritage.
for my heritage.
Wait, no, is that a spiritual heritage?
No.
Spiritual heritage.
No, wait, for my what?
For my spiritual heritage.
No, it's not for no spiritual heritage. It's not for spiritual
Not
heritage.
for that spiritual.
Not for no
Israelite.
spiritual heritage. For the
Yeah,
actual heritage.
My people.
Israel warned that they have scattered among the nations
Right,
and parted my land.
right. They scattered us among all the nations and parted the Lord's land. In which that goes, that proves. Remember when Vocab was trying to say that heritage just means land?
Yeah.
But then he said they scattered them
Yeah.
and parted my land.
Yeah.
So what did that mean, man?
Quick reset.
You know what I'm saying?
This
So the land ain't just a thing where we're a people before a place.
That's
But then
right.
you also scattered the land, you parted the land too. Because like we were saying, you got the Palestinians and you got you and you warned, which proved that you're not the people.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 27, and it says, when I have brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies' lands,
Oh,
and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations.
right. Cleaning us. And that's what we're doing through these digital epistles. You see us on the highways and the byways. And every time we're reading these things, it's actually cleansing us. The Lord said you're cleansed by what? By the reading of the word. Right?
That's
We're
right.
being cleansed. That's what sanctified means.
Verse
Go ahead.
28, then shall they know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, their power, which caused them to be led into captivity
Right.
among the heathen.
Right? It really wasn't you. The Lord did it because we were disobedient.
Yeah.
Following under different customs and all these different things. Because it looked cool.
Yeah.
It was different. You know, Israel, man. We'd be like, what's that over there?
Yeah.
Let's try that. That looks pretty cool. You know, my mama don't let me do that. You could cuss your mama out, and now look at these jakes. They'll cuss their mama out now.
Yeah,
Real
put their
quick.
hands on it.
Yeah, man. This is
Disobedient.
stuff we was like, what?
Right.
You get to cuss your mama out? When we looking at these little white kids, man, so self-proclaimed white kids, we were looking at them like we was appalled, huh? Like,
But what was
What
the
the f-
difference though? They love their mama and we feared ours.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because your mama always let you, I brought you into this world.
I'll take
you
you
out.
out.
I'll take you out. If she meant that, at least you figured she meant
Or
that.
if she showed you in other ways, she's willing to go that
Man,
far, yeah.
take it that far, boy. Wear your ass thin. Man,
Which ultimately that goes into Yahweh, man.
Man.
He's ultimately pushing
fear
that.
the Lord.
He wants you to fear him, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, but I have gathered them into their own land, and have left none of them any more there. So,
Wow.
if
Go
they're
ahead.
the people, then how come there's still Israelites scattered throughout
Okay,
the
yeah,
whole
go-
world?
go.
Because the Lord hasn't brought them back yet.
Don't
Okay? They weren't going to go back. Israel's not supposed to go back to some Balfour Declaration, man.
Right, right.
You
And
know?
our land is not going to be divided with another nation.
No.
You know?
If
If they wasn't so damn greedy, they probably would have been better off trying to call the Palestinians the Southern Kingdom or the Northern Kingdom. They might have been able to be like, well, yeah, no, it's all us here.
Right.
But they're so damn greedy, they've proven that the land is being
He
divided.
read the precept to that already. That's all right. Yeah, because he read the things. Yeah, he already read the one that's similar like it. Yeah.
I haven't finished Micah yet.
Okay, go ahead.
You want me to finish Micah still?
Yeah, come on.
I'll start off at the top. It says, but in the last days, Micah 4:1, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
Go ahead, yeah. It's locked, yeah.
It says,
Oh yeah, because where are the people flowing unto Israel? Go ahead, go on one more time.
No. That's talking about the other nations.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where's those nations
Yeah, they're
flowing
not.
into?
Yeah,
They're not flowing
They're not
into
flowing.
them.
Then nobody's going over to Amalek and asking them for to break down the scriptures. They don't need to bring out any scriptures, man. All this anti bullshit that they've been screaming out. Have they brought out one scripture? No, not one.
Oh yeah,
With
come,
all
yeah,
their
yeah,
with
yeah.
all their platforms and everything, you would think, hey, they got the platforms. Hey,
Right.
prove you're the people then.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
just shut down everything.
Teach the whole world the most
Yeah,
High's
teach us.
ways.
Yeah, hey,
Isn't that what we're going to be
yeah.
doing once we back
That's what it says here.
Yep.
It says
You
they
know?
will be flowing unto it.
Look what they've
they
been doing
teach
with
it.
this Kanye and Kyrie thing. They pumped that even on ESPN. Why ain't a lot of those sports fans saying, "What does this have to do with sports? What happened to that separation of God and state, and God and this?" So you can still pump this. Oh, he did this, and that's anti. Hey, don't that got something to do with God or religion?
Yep.
I don't. If you're a sports fan, you should be saying, "Look, I don't want to hear nothing about somebody's religion. We want to hear sports. We don't care what Kyrie did.
I'll tell you what.
That's separation from God and state." I'm just saying playing
Right.
their same
Right.
thing. You know, when they want to play these little games, why not throw it out there like that?
Yep.
Why?
You know what I mean?
You want to know what's anti? Circumcision with your teeth. That's anti-Semitic. That That's how they get down. And nobody really brought that to the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you nasty bastards.
Yeah.
Well,
Ain't that child molestation
Man.
pretty
Well,
much?
well, well, anything that Esau Edom do, the so-called white man do, he don't want that spotlight on him. You know what I mean? He want to push that lie on somebody else. You know what I mean? To get it away from him. You know what I mean? Like by calling us, criminals, and we're the bad, we're violent and all that. Well, you're the most violent and criminal person on the face of this earth. All you do is rape, rob, and murder and destroy. Go to people's land and destroy it. You know what I mean? So you're the most violent and the most criminal in the world, man.
Right.
There's nobody that's a bigger criminal than you. You know what I mean? When you look at the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we didn't do anything to you. But what did you do to us? You raped, robbed, and murdered our people. You know what I mean? You sold us as property. And you think that you're going to get by with that? You think that the Most High is going to allow you to get by with that? No, man.
Zechariah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, let's go.
Micah 4:2 says, "And many nations shall come and say, Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and
Right.
he will teach us his ways."
Right, because why ain't anybody flowing into Israel, which that's supposed to be the house of Jacob,
Man.
and so they can learn the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and that should be out throughout the whole world, not
Right.
just in certain little pockets. We're talking about the whole world have to be under that,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Without there ain't gonna be a debate.
Nope.
No.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be forced upon the whole entire world to know that.
That's right.
So why ain't that happening right now?
Then you ain't-
Like we were saying about the death, the Lord said there ain't
Yes.
gonna be any death. It ain't gonna be any crying. It ain't gonna be any death.
Nope.
So no, I mean no diseases, no nothing. And then the brother saying what? There's gonna be what? No more war.
Right, yeah, it's coming.
Okay, go keep going.
Says, "And we will walk in his paths.
Right,
For the law shall go forth of Zion,
right.
and the word of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai from Jerusalem."
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if they were the people will be flowing onto them to get the truth, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And nobody, everybody hates them people, man.
Hate them.
You know.
Can't stand them.
Verse 3 says, "And he shall
Well,
judge."
they're afraid of them though too, because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
controlling the money.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They people say things. It's kind of like like back in the day. Remember, what's his name? Chris Rock
Yeah.
said there's nobody more racist than an old black man. He's like, man, them motherfucking crackers, this crackers and that cracker that. But he said when the white dude walk in, how you doing, sir?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what everybody has to do with Esau, with Amalek.
Right.
The people talking shit about him. Yeah, these motherfuckers.
They hate
Man,
him,
we know about them Zionists and they
But
do
they're
this
scared
and
of
they do this and that, blah blah blah. And anti-Sim. Quiet. You know what I'm saying? Debo be like, shut up. When I'll be shutting up,
I'll be shutting
but when he
up.
walk away, I'll be talking again, and that's ultimately what you're
Right.
doing.
Yeah,
know what I
I was
mean?
thinking about that.
Because in this life, they've been given the power to take
Yep.
everything you own.
But where is that in the Bible saying that the Israelites will have that kind of power in the end days?
They should
It's
be
not-
the
that's- that
tail
doesn't-
and
that
not
does-
the head.
Right.
You know.
Verse 3 it says, "And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore."
Right. So why is that happening right now?
Man.
You're in the land. You're in the land. You're saying you fulfill biblical prophecy. Why is there war going on right now? It said learn of war anymore. Right now, my wife's nephew is in. He just had to go to some type of a military camp to get trained because he joined up. And I wish I could have talked to him before he did that, because that was like the worst thing he could have did. But hey, man, you finna go out there. I told him, man, you finna end up fighting Yahweh Shai, and you gonna get them. You gonna get that missile from the chariot, the one that's gonna open up and just leave them all destroyed, and nothing's gonna come up but smell of smoke and stink of the bodies, man. You're gonna be one of those people, all for nothing. And he's an Israelite. He's an Issacharite, man.
Did you guys just see that news of redacted? And that guy was going into those UFOs, UAPs. You see that?
Not yet.
No, the guy he brought out some pictures that I think it was back in 1981. Man, you seen like 4 or 5 chariots, and then you have they're interacting with the jets.
Oh
Man.
yeah. And the jets were shooting.
No, they weren't even shooting that. No,
Oh,
they were just interacting with each other.
Oh,
I have to send you guys that link.
Yeah,
But
'cause
yeah,
I seen the one where there was 3 chariots over there. It was somewhere, I think it was Iraq somewhere, but they was trying to shoot them down, and they sent them bombers over there and bombed them. But when the smoke cleared, they were still standing there, all 3 of them. And then you're not gonna be able to.
They had that incident with the Navy too, that fleet, and there
Yeah.
was a bunch of them just circling around the ships and everything else.
yeah. No,
Nothing
they were
they
just
could do.
going into it, saying that now that they're trying to put together that space force. Why? If they're not any threat, supposedly to to the people, because they were interacting with them. Then why they bring that Space Force?
Right.
Because they know what's coming.
They know what's
They know what's coming.
Esau know. Esau know. He ain't crazy. He ain't
Finish
crazy.
that? Oh, yeah. Finish that
This
part?
one either.
I mean, if you want me to get a little bit more, I mean, I'm pretty much done with the. I can read a couple more.
Oh, no, that's good.
Okay.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So let me finish this one. I have spoken against the residue of the heathen
All right.
and against all Idumea.
Right.
So,
Right. The Lord leading you to World War III, speaking to all Idumea, right, which is your rulership, your age. But ultimately, the place that's Basra or Idumea the most is America. That's the Lord's his main part where he wants to destroy America bad, like very bad. That's really on his mind. But the rest of you Edomites, your kingdom in itself, your rulership, right? It says if Satan rise up against Satan, his kingdom should not stand. And right now, Russia, Putin is an Edomite,
Right.
and Biden is an Edomite,
Yep.
and they're going against each other. And look, your kingdom is on its way out, and you know that.
and with all the defilement that's happened over there in the land of Israel, that land has to be cleansed too. But I'm going to finish this out. Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their hearts, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Right.
You know?
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
No, you should be. Second Ezra.
No, regular Ezra. No, you didn't read it.
No, 450.
Yeah, you didn't read it. Hold on. No. You read the Maccabees? No, second Maccabees.
You want me to get that now?
Yeah. Oh no, he needs that second Maccabees.
So this is Second Maccabees
I think
6.
it's
You wanted 1 through 3, correct?
6, yeah, 1 to 2. Yeah.
1 through 2.
Yeah.
This is Second Maccabees chapter 6, and starting at verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews.
Right, this king is king of Greece. I think it was Antiochus at this time. I'm not sure, but it was one of those. But it was under the Greek Empire though, right? And he sent the old man, which would be another Israelite, like one of these Charles Barkley's or somebody, or one of these other people, try to convince him. You know what I mean? Keep going.
to compel the Jews
To convince them, yeah.
to depart from the laws of their fathers.
Right, and you can't depart from the that's what they're trying to do now. Look, see now that Abba Bibbins, right, which would be Elijah, came back and what he put the fathers back to the sons and the sons back to the fathers, which is basically saying we're going back into the laws, man. We're going back to our heritage, right? Seek ye the old way. See, but now they basically saying nope, anti-Sem, you can't go back to the old way. Nope. We transform ourselves into an angel of light by giving you a goddamn what did you get that what you call 'em? And what is it Leviticus 13 when it talks about how it's a curse. Get that from me. I think it's Leviticus 13. Is it 20? 13 and 20? Something like that.
That's talking about the
Yeah, turn white.
turn white.
Wait, no, that's the hair. It should be the skin.
No, it's lower than the skin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or
That was, yeah, I think that's it.
When it goes about to the boil.
What talks about the skin being a leprosy, raw flesh. It should say raw.
I'll start at 15.
Right there, it is 15. There it is. That's
This
it.
is the book of Leviticus. I'll start at 14. Leviticus chapter 13, verse Leviticus 13 and 14, it says, but when raw flesh appeared in him, he should be
Right.
unclean.
Right, because that's what ultimately what so-called self-proclaimed white people look like. You look like raw flesh, right?
Actually, I'll start at 13.
It's
I mean, hold on. I'm trying to, see. I'm trying to get it.
Get all that meat off of the bone.
All meat.
You know, I'm trying to hold this leprous devil though.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's
Get him.
Okay, I'll start at 9.
Get him.
Leviticus 13, it says, when the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest.
Right. So ultimately, this is a curse, man. You're gonna be brought to the priest if you look like this. Now let's see what happens when you're brought to the priest and you look like this.
It says, and the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin,
Oh,
Ooh.
white in the skin. Wait a minute.
it says, and if it had turned the hair white, and there be a quick raw flesh in the rising,
Your flesh looks raw, dead. Like what did
One of the
what's gonna
undead.
say? He says like one that is dead.
Or
well,
not as
Miriam-
one that is
Miriam?
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
says, verse 11, it says, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
Hey, you're unclean, Esau. But you use that to transform yourself into an angel of light.
It says, and shall
So
not
unclean
Right.
leprous, raw
I'm white.
skin. Hey, you know where that verse is at for Miriam? I think it's in Leviticus 2. No. Where's that? It's in yeah, there it is. Leviticus. One with Miriam.
I'll finish
Okay,
this.
go ahead.
And ye shall not shut
Oh.
him up, for he is unclean.
Yeah, you're unclean, Esau. So you use that thing to put yourself in the land, transferring yourself to an angel light through Spain, right? At that time, the leading country of the Edomites was Spain. But now you're going into everything took a shift, and then it went to the English, right? The Britons, and then Britain went for a little while, and now it's America. America's that beacon of the Edomites. But then even other Edomites, because of their pride, even other Edomites hate these devils, man. These other Edomites are calling the American Edomite a devil. That's how much, you know what I'm saying? That's how much a devil you are. You got the devil calling you a devil. Keep going.
Right, I'll jump down to 14 now. It says, but when raw flesh appeared in him, he should be unclean.
Right, yeah, and that's it. You got raw flesh and you're unclean. Was it? No, forgive me.
Verse 15, it says, and the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean, it is leprosy.
It is leper. It's unclean, and so you use that, which do not go with the Bible. But then, hey, listen, that's the Lord is being beautiful, man, because with all that, remember how what is it? You know the scripture where it says that the scribes, where were that profit you scribes that you write should not profit you scribes. Oh, he got it. Wow. Yeah.
It's Numbers chapter 12, verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the
You
tabernacle.
scribes, where should it profit you? You scribes, where should it profit you?
And behold,
So he said,
Miriam became leprous,
right.
white
what-
as snow.
So what did it say about if you become leprous, right? It's raw flesh and you're unclean. So it says Miriam was talking against Moses. Now look at him with that Hamitic woman, being like the black woman running her mouth. But what the Lord do, man? Like the Apostle Gabar said, that's the crazy thing about it is Aaron was talking too. He was talking shit too. But the Lord didn't make him white, he made her. So he said that proves that a woman ain't supposed to speak amongst the church in the congregation, man. So that shows that, man.
Aaron probably didn't have that contempt in his heart. Like women, when they talk about,
Man.
they be contemptful. Aaron was probably just disapproving to it, you know, like
Because he knows like some of the customs that they
you
weren't
know,
supposed
but
to do.
Miriam probably was, really, had that
Going in, yeah.
tension in her spirit, like,
Like she wanted to take over. Or
right,
something.
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
women
she
want
was
always
his
want to
older
take over.
sister too,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
wanted to
like
take
you were
over.
saying, so
I know more than you do.
Right.
He's listening to me.
No.
Get the hell out of here.
And Aaron.
Wait, go read it back on.
Sorry, back over. It's Numbers chapter 12, verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam
No, it says
became
cloud.
leprous,
Oh,
white as snow. And
Yeah.
Aaron looked upon Miriam.
yeah, and what do you
behold,
white people like to say? We're white. We're pure white. You know what I mean? You're white as snow, right? You know what I mean? Your lily white skin, right? Right? That lily white skin. But what did it say? Keep going. Yeah.
White as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Keep going. Keep going. She was leprous. Keep going. Keep going.
And Aaron said unto Moses,
Right? And this Aaron said to Moses,
lay not the sin upon us.
right? So being pale white is what? A sin. To be raw flesh like that, leprous, a clean leprous, because obviously you're a clean leper. But the point is, it's a sin. But you use the sin, which proves that you're the devil. Use a sinful looking person to say it's the son of the power, Yahweh Shem Shai, because like it says in Job 9 and 24, I'm saying the earth was given into the wicked, right? They were given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, and where? Who is he? If he made a leprous dude, a leprous guy who's unclean with raw flesh and is what? Would you read? Sin?
Wherein we have done foolishly.
Wait. What
Top for 11.
Yeah.
And Aaron said unto Moses, I say that, brother.
Alas.
Alas, my Lord, I beast, they lay not the sin
Right.
upon us.
It's a sin. So that's crazy that you changed that into to be an angel of light. Yeah, keep
Okay, I got a preset.
Wherein we have done foolishly.
Yeah.
Wherein
And you did too.
we have sinned.
You did foolishly because now we're raising up throughout the four corners of the earth, and the elders and the people before us, they put in the legwork really. That's why I said that we should build upon other men's labor, man. And now that we're building upon other men's labor, we can see how you done foolishly to put a leprous guy like that with raw flesh, which is a clean leper, which is a sin, and say that's the son of God. We know that you transform yourself into an angel of light, and you are you caught yourself. Your tongue fell upon you.
Go ahead. Reach this is 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their image. And that goes right back to this right here, this image again. I'm not even going to pick Caesarea up, because you guys know what that is.
Yep.
These devils painted themselves into our scriptures.
Yep.
And for most of you jakes, it's basically another one of them stumbling blocks. His name is Jesus. He's lily white. Blonde hair, but our power was in Hebrew. And best of all, Yahweh Shai, you people hated and slew and hung on a tree. Jesus, you love him.
Yep.
You've got to ask yourself, why is there so much love for this devil? And when our power was here, for the most part, you people rejected it. That's why 2/3 of you jakes going to have to suffer and perish on this side, because you rejected the Savior. And you accept the unsavior, Bizarro Savior. This dude like Bizarro Superman. You remember that all?
Yep.
He screwed up, but that's who you want.
When you look at a Christian movie, what's all in it?
What was that?
You got Moses as an Edomite.
I think it's
You
in the
got
Old
Aaron
Testament.
as
It
an
says
Edomite.
how they try to
You got Noah as an Edomite.
they try to write in
You got the
things.
disciples as an Edomite. You got all the prophet,
It's basically saying that they're trying to
Isaiah,
rewrite scripture.
Ezekiel, Solomon. You got all them as Edomites. So how is it when the Jews went to Egypt, they blend in?
So they made Pharaoh and them.
You know what I mean?
Caucasian.
Because
Yeah.
they didn't know that they were Jews.
Right.
So how did you guys not stand out when y'all was in? If y'all the true so-called Jews, how come y'all didn't stand out when y'all went to Egypt? How come y'all didn't stand out? Because when you read in the scriptures, they didn't know, the Egyptians didn't know that they were Jews. You know what I mean?
Well, we wasn't Jews.
Well, they didn't know that they were Hebrew.
We were Israelites, and they called us Hebrews.
Right. They didn't know
But then
that.
they had a name for us too, but
Right.
we were basically known as the Hebrews.
Right.
Even though there were other Hebrews, which was weird.
Right.
But they was like, no, that's them Hebrews. But people knew when they said Hebrew, they knew who they were talking about, the children of Jacob.
But if
For whatever
there was a
reason, they
so-called
knew.
white man, how come he didn't stand out?
And how come they haven't found any relics of suntan lotion over there? Because
Well-
you devils can't survive the sun, so
Yeah.
you're definitely not going to be working out in that Egyptian hot sun.
Well, Elder Malcolm did a lesson where they just found another tomb, and when they
Right.
dug up the tomb, it had nothing but all dark images
Yeah,
in the tomb, and this is recently. But then somehow, because they transformed themselves into an angel of light,
Yep.
people are just completely ignoring this geological find that's great with all these dark images, and actually showing the images of the Israelites,
Yep.
and showing that they were dark-skinned people.
That's another one word that describes Christianity: cognitive dissonance.
Yep.
Just
Right.
ignore it and keep going on what you believe in, what you feel. You know, I feel like it was the white people,
Oh, I think
so it must be.
What they say, you know, because what
Right.
you taught you
know?
it is what they taught us. No real like
Right.
thinking for yourself. No
Nope.
digging.
Common sense isn't so common anymore.
no.
No, because most people when you hear things, you're supposed to look into that. You know, like the was it the Church of Berea?
Right.
Yeah, the Church of Berea. They seen if it was so. You're supposed to do that. See, they take you to school. They tell you to study,
Yep.
but then when things are presented to you, everybody forgets that you're supposed to go do research.
That's right. What the Bible says, do
What
what?
happened to the research?
Study to
Show
show
yourself
thyself
approved,
approved.
right?
Until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But our people don't want to do that. They want to listen to Esau Edom and believe exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
But you're not going
laziness,
into
right?
you're not going into the
Convenience.
scriptures
Yeah.
and studying it for yourself. You're not doing research on what this goddamn devil is telling you, man.
And even when they do, though, you know, and that goes back to the Most High blinding them and closing their ears, because even when you present that information right in front of them,
They ain't gonna
it doesn't matter.
Nope.
They still gonna resort back to whatever it is this devil has taught them.
Yep.
Or if they do find something, they just go into that all black mentality.
Yeah.
Come.
So
that's the past.
So, because Whatchcom was speaking about, he was speaking about how some dudes going on saying it was on Apostle Ramlab's page, and he spoke about how we're all of us black people are all indigenous around the world. Well, no, all of not black, all of the us not indigenous to around the world. You're trying to make everybody be indigenous, and that all the indigenous people have to be black. So it's a black doctrine, no matter how they come about it. Even when they learn many books, what you saying?
A study of many books is a wearisome thing.
Wearisome things, man.
You know, and what's so crazy is when this devil, if I'm standing next to one of my so-called Mexican brothers or Ephraimite brothers, this devil will literally look at him and call him brown.
Yep.
And I'm the same damn complexion as them, and they'll look at me and go, "You're black."
Yep.
You know what I mean? How does that work? But they not colorblind.
Right.
I'm lost.
I don't know. Because I'm trying to figure out how my brother, who's a Issacharite or Ephraim, the same brown skin
But
as I am, and
even
black.
Jake, as simple as they are, just believe and run with the narrative. But go back to hip hop. Back in hip hop, Ice Cube did a song. He said they mess with me because I'm brown.
Right.
Because I'm a brown brother, right? He said because I'm brown. And then you had another group called the lighter shade of brown, right?
Yeah.
From the Issacharites,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So somehow they knew this, but then everybody's just going with the whole thing of black, and
Yep.
I'm
He's brown.
brown,
and
he's black, I'm black. Yeah.
Y'all both the same complexion,
Yeah.
Well,
Even before that, it's like KRS-One said.
Yeah,
I'm
KRS-One,
brown
yeah.
from the boogie down.
From
Yeah.
Brown, oh, yeah,
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 Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
They even go back further than Ice Cube.
Yo,
yeah.
way further than that. But everybody thinks.
But I'm just putting those
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah,
as those
yeah, yeah.
contrasts
Oh, yeah.
because they were
Yeah.
two
Yo,
Right.
rappers, and I think they both from the West Coast.
Yeah.
So both artists were from the West Coast, and they both, one said he was brown, the other one said he's a lighter shade of brown,
Right.
which basically saying I'm brown, but I'm just a little bit lighter shade of your brown, which
Who's the
makes
devil
sense.
they used to bring that out, I'm black and I'm proud.
James
Because
Brown.
that's when it really took
James
hold.
Brown.
When they that
Oh no
I'm
no no
black and
no
I'm proud.
no! He talking about Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse
I think it
Jackson.
was
Oh.
Jesse.
Reverend.
His damn devilish ass.
Right?
Reverend.
Because he's the one who actually came out with the African American.
Yeah.
That's the one who
Yeah.
came out with that. He came out, no, I'm African American, and people were like, what? I never heard that.
And anybody in my age, you
That
know,
sounds tight.
hey, I've been 5 different
Man.
Nationality.
Nationality.
you know, with a couple
Afro-American.
side ones.
Afro-American.
Right.
nigger,
Right.
My hair
Cool,
texture
Lazy,
American.
lazy, cool.
You know,
Yeah.
you know,
That's crazy.
people just can't get it. You know. Yeah.
I didn't even know coon was a nationality
Yeah.
or a nigger. I didn't know that they were
Oh,
nationalities.
Jigaboo,
Yeah, Jigaboo.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were nationalities. I thought those were just names.
What's that other one they use?
Yeah.
Oh, porch monkey.
Oh, yeah, that's these devils.
That's what.
Hey, but like what you gonna point out, that they look more like a monkey. Don't a monkey have thin lips?
Yeah.
We don't have big lips. We have big lips,
Yeah.
right?
Ishmael was kind of excited for a minute when they was calling him a sand nigger. You know, he thought he was included for a minute.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Chill out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, verse 8, and it reads, how do we say we are wise? And the law of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, is with us.
Right.
Though certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain.
Right. Because that's what you devils are saying, man. You're saying that you're wise, and I'm this and I'm that, but really the pen of the scribe that you're trying to rewrite history, trying to write yourself in, right? We laid open the books of the law and then found you in it. But the Lord said to the scribe, one more time, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Jeremiah 8 and 8. It says, how do we say we are wise?
Yeah. How can you just say that you're wise?
It says, and the law of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai is with us.
Right? Yeah. That's what they think too. They think the Lord is with them, man. And he was with you for a time in order to put us into captivity, to give us our punishment. But then you went excessive, man.
Yep.
You were forgetting that you really wasn't the people, man. Right? And we can show that you're not the people because there's receipts that say that you own the boats, you own
Right.
slaves.
Yep.
How can you be the people and own slaves? See, but we're supposed to worry about your atrocity that happened during the Holocaust, but then the greatest atrocity ever known to man, you're part of that, but we ain't supposed to mention that.
No,
we can't
no,
say
no,
nothing.
no.
Let's just pretend that didn't exist.
We gotta forget. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was so long ago.
We got that
was
was
so
way,
long
that was in the past.
That's
You know
in the
what I mean?
past.
Come on now. We can't
Why you gotta
remember
bring that up?
But wait, well, yeah, wasn't the Holocaust in the past?
It's a past.
But wait, we gotta remember that.
Oh yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to say.
Why ain't that being a hypocrite?
Hey, the devil transformed himself into an angel of light. That can't be nothing more hypocritical than that, right?
So your receipts.
Go ahead.
I'm going to reread it in NLT.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, how can you say we are wise because we have the word of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai?
Right,
It says, when your teachers...
because well, they don't really got the word but they're trying to say that they're the
Yeah,
people.
they say they have the word.
Yeah, they say they have the word.
It says, when your teachers had twisted it by writing lies.
Woo! That's ultimately what it is. Yeah.
Man.
Ultimately, that's what ultimately what you've been doing. Writing in thou shalt not abhor the Edomite when it really should be thou shalt not abhor a Syrian,
Syrian, yeah.
right? So that's basically, that was their pens and their scribes. Writing in J's. How the fuck is Jeremiah with a J?
The ball point.
How is Joshua with a J when his name should be Yahweh Shai?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Joshua's actually, his name is Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So we thinking Yahweh Shai is something, because most when we tell our people, no, the Lord's name is Yahweh Shai, they think we come up with something new. No, Joshua, who they call Joshua, is really, his name is actually Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So we're not coming with something new. It's just these devils did it, and their pens and their scribes are writing lies, man.
That's right.
And it's not gonna benefit you, man. Right? Go ahead.
This is because y'all sitting here saying that y'all those true people of the Lord, man, of Yahweh Shem Shai, but and y'all take this word and say it's the word that Yahweh Shem Shai gave y'all. But watch this.
Okay.
This is Psalm 50 and 16. It says, but unto the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau Edom.
Wait,
You know what I mean?
Go get that.
The Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that
Hold on. Because you got to prove who the wicked is.
right.
I got a precept too.
Just before.
Like a 1 and 4?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read this and then you're gonna read that. Okay. This is Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh Shem Shai said, what hast thou to do to declare thy statutes? Now who's the wicked?
Right.
Bring that out.
Malachi.
Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom said we are.
Who was that?
Whereas Edom.
Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, which is Edom, man.
That's right.
Right? Which is really red.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Leprosy
Right.
himself.
Uh-huh.
The clean up.
We are. We are.
Was it Joshua?
Joshua.
Joshua.
Yeah.
He's wasted away.
Joshua.
Wasted away.
Joshua was wasted away.
Wasted
But then
away.
Edom is was it Adam? Adawam.
Adawam.
Adawam. Right? Adawam, right? Which is you. You're really Adawam.
That's one of them little fancy things your boy Haman tries to get away with.
Yep.
Adawam.
Right.
Like, it sounds no.
You know what's funny is when they came out, they didn't say nothing about Jacob because he came out like a normal
Yeah.
Israelite.
Yeah.
And when Esau came out, they were like, he's Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah, it scared him. It scared Isaac.
Because he's red.
Well, when he came out, they called him Jacob because he was grabbing the heel of his foot. So he was supplanting them,
Yep.
right? Which is basically like being like I guess they call it like a trickster or whatever,
Yeah.
like whatever. He was tripping them up, like you know.
And Esau know that they red because when you go back, what do they call themselves? Rednecks. So they know they
Well, Rothschild in itself goes back to Red Shield.
Yeah.
Red
So-
Shield, so they know that they are. That's why it was
Red
beautiful
Child.
that Kanye was saying that he can't talk about them, so he's not going to say Jewish no more or Jewish media no more. He's just going to call them the red media,
Yep.
Ooh.
right?
Yep.
So that's befitting, man, to call them the red media. That's ultimately what you are,
Yep.
because that's how. And he said everything I've said, you proved it in front of the whole world because you shut down everything. He said, look, they can control everything, they can shut it all down, and then they did it. And then nobody's really, I mean, people are talking about it, but people are still going pretty much around like everything's normal for the most part. They're not saying, oh
It's
shit,
his
these
media.
motherfuckers do got power.
It's his media, so he brings out little pieces that he wants to come out. you know, and controls the
rest,
narrative.
yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
and niggas, boy, they quick to go against their own while hollering, we should come together. Really? Because, you know,
That's right.
Sharp and the rest of them ass clowns,
Yep.
man, you went against your, hey.
Yeah, because I was speaking to, I used to work at a school, and then one of the, they hired ex Cardinals player to be their football coach. And I was speaking to him, and he said, yeah, he said Master P came down there, a couple people, him, Puffy, he said a couple people, rich people, they were saying, let's just buy a fucking thing and just organize our own team. He said a lot of people didn't want to go because of this, the same thing, because they have that power. People were afraid to actually jump out and do it, where we could have had our own thing. Because almost 90% of the players are so-called black, right? And they could really just take over. They could just have their own thing. Once they shut down and the top players are playing for this other team, NFL will be fucking null and void. It'd be nothing.
Our
But
biggest
why don't they
screw-up-
do it?
Right.
Because
They're scared of Amalek.
yeah, we know who's in
Who
control.
controls the
Yeah.
money? Next thing you know, your money's short. You're not playing your players. All of this, that, and the other. But that goes all the way back to your boy Martin Lucifer Queen,
Yep.
because desegregation fucked us up the most. We had our own baseball. We had our own hockey.
Yeah.
And those things would have grown with time.
Yep.
But they assimilated us into their shit. We didn't assimilate them into ours.
Nope.
So now, you know what I mean? Hey, and them hey, like when
So
when
you can't be surprised that you're in the
Right,
ghettos,
right.
in the barrios, the
can't, no.
reservations.
You can't.
You
And I-
can't be surprised that you're at the lowest
Yeah,
conditions.
Right,
Yeah,
because
because
we gave it up.
that-
What could have been something profitable.
Yeah, because that's
In
part
order-
of history. Because they call them the Negro Leagues.
Right,
Negro
right.
Leagues, man.
In order
Yeah.
to drink from their fountain.
Yep.
I mean, we've been trying to drink from the white fountain for some reason for the longest.
It's
like,
the same
what
water.
the fuck is so special
It
about
was the
that
exact
fountain?
same water, yeah.
Right.
Tastes the same.
You know,
Tastes the
It's
right
the
next
same.
to each other. Black fountain, white fountain. Why do you want to drink from their fountain? What is the fuck is it?
I like
You know?
what Ali was saying. He said, yeah, he said, I don't know why they going in there. And he said, ain't no reason for me to get hit over the head to have a sandwich. He said, if they don't want me
Right.
there, I don't need to be there.
I don't need to be there.
And they
They
shit
don't-
don't taste good. They
they
got
don't
no flavor. Their
None.
food
They
has
don't need
no
my nigga
flavor.
money.
But these niggas,
That
man,
shit.
when your boy Colin Kaepernick did what he did and not near
Everybody
one of them
should've
stupid
stood
black niggas stood up with him, and right then and there, I was like, fuck these niggas, man. When the shit comes down, oh, man, I hope it takes you like a tidal
Even
wave.
all the rest of
man.
that shit too, because
Man.
I stopped watching football for a while.
All of it, man.
I stopped
Yeah.
watching them because of that, and not just because of that. When they let them goddamn dudes come in as cheerleaders,
Yep.
I stopped
Oh, yeah.
watching that shit.
Yeah.
So why everybody didn't stand up and say, nah, fuck that. We're not having no dude cheerleaders dressed up with makeup and shit
In drag,
in
right.
drag. So now Kaepernick, and then they did it at the same time.
Yep.
At one time they knocking down Kaepernick for standing up as a man, then they let two niggas come in to dress like a
Just like a
drunk woman.
fucking woman.
And that's okay because you're demasculized.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what he wants to see. That's what Amalek loves.
Yep.
Right.
You know, like when you get up in high places in Amalek society, what do you got to do as Jake? You got to demasculize
Yep.
yourself.
Yep.
You got to go Barkley and Shaq on them.
Yep.
Put that dress on, and behind closed doors, it
That's
goes
right.
deeper than that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You put that dress on, but then when you close that door behind you, Amalek and the rest of them bastards is in there. Hey, you want it? Come here. You going to get treated like a lady.
Well, look at Will Smith.
Right.
He got
Will
bent
Smith.
the hell up.
He got popped in
Yeah,
the movie.
he got
Like,
bent the hell
oh,
up, man.
now he's
He got
big
bent the
enough
hell
to
up.
slap another brother without facing any retribution.
He got bent.
You know?
Right. What about
you
it?
see him with no hair? He looks weird. with the that looking like the Walmart face.
Yep.
No hair, nothing,
nothing.
you know, lip clean, all of that. Dude, ew, man. Still looking like an old ass Fresh Prince.
Yep.
You know?
It's like you know.
Yeah, that's some gay shit.
Yeah, he looks nasty as hell. Like, you know, and then his whole family is twisted.
Oh,
She's a
God,
her,
man.
he's a him.
Yep.
His wife,
Then the daughters, the
You know,
son and the daughter is too.
man. And then
They
all of
purposely
these
did
black
that.
women ain't got no hair, but she's the only one that everybody's concerned about. How is hers alopecia, but all these other sisters bald headed is you just
She's
bald headed
bald-headed
sister.
ass.
You know? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, see, that's part of the curses, though. That's
Yeah.
part of the curses.
Well, you know what but because she did that, I've seen more women just walk out bald headed when they used to be shameful. since she said she had this alopecia, I've seen more women
Right.
walk around bald-headed, unashamed, just going like this, walking like, yeah, I got a bald head, and nobody better not say nothing, because this is alopecia too. I even seen a chick go on, was it Facebook or TikTok, and she was like, "Oh yeah, because my alopecia, when it acts up," and I'm like, I've never heard any black woman say they had. Now all of a sudden, all these bitches got alopecia.
Hey, and Wakanda got a whole tribe of
For
warrior in
alopecia.
alopecia bitches. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
No
but
wonder
it's
they love Wakanda so much.
yeah, because the closer we bringing this truth out, and we're saying that a woman's hair is her glory,
Yeah.
the more that they're pushing that narrative
right.
for all these different things, for these motherfuckers that have these handmedic haircuts.
It's not a curse that the Most High put on you, it's alopecia.
Yeah. Now they love to be bald headed.
Yeah. She had sold her soul to the devil for what?
Get a head chance.
Her hair?
Yeah, she sold herself to the devil to get her hair changed.
To get that long, stringy hair. Yeah.
She sold herself so she can have it.
It's like,
And
why
I-
do I want white light? If I just want that, I'm going to just get a white girl.
Exactly.
Why do I want white light?
Our fucking people.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
We're wicked and weird.
But what do the Amalek women do? They shave their head intentionally.
Yeah,
Right,
intentionally
right.
to fit the
With
curses.
the curses.
Yep.
Cunt, that's right.
Who you gonna finish this?
Yeah, cunt.
Okay. This is Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked said the Lord Yahweh Shai, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. And that's what they done. They took in this word and saying, "Oh, we're the chosen people of the Lord," but yet you're not, because when you look into the scriptures tell you that it's by the seed of who? Jacob. You know, it's by the seed of Jacob. Yeah, y'all came from Isaac, but y'all not Jacob. Y'all Esau. Y'all Jacob's twin brother. So the actual chosen seed is who? It was Jacob. Not you Edomites, man. It wasn't you. Y'all not the true people of
Yeah,
the Lord.
you Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, man.
And Esau, y'all not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Y'all Esau like a bug, man.
You Hebrew, you Shemitic, but you ain't Israelite.
So you know, who are y'all to declare the laws and the statutes of Yahweh Shemel Shai? Y'all not from Jacob, man. Y'all not of that chosen seed. So y'all don't need to. Hey, take the book, put it down. Matter of fact, take it out your
Well,
house.
they doing past just having the book. They in the land, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Y'all need to get
the
out the
point. They in the land, and then they putting up. Yeah.
Luke 21 and 24.
No.
Hey,
Luke 16.
Oh, okay.
And they've taught their generations that they're the people.
Yeah. So some of them are sincerely believe that they
Believing
are.
that right.
And then some, like Pastor Hart says, some of them are,
Yeah.
because Jake is everywhere.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the majority of them are not. Right.
Especially you small hats, man. Y'all not Jacob, bro. Because
Each of the tribe.
if y'all Jacob, then where's Levi? Where's Benjamin? Where's Gad? Where's Asher? Where's Issachar? Where's Simeon? Where's Reuben? Where's the rest of the tribe, man?
Well, the scripture says that they would be there, though. I'll grab this real quick.
Okay.
There's the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 24, and it says, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword," talking about
The real Israelites.
the true Jews. It says
70 AD.
70 AD. It should be led away captive into all nations.
Right.
So that's going into the scattering.
That was at that time, but we went into all nations again
Yep.
through the transatlantic slave trade,
Yep.
right? Because
The
that goes
diaspora,
into the
yeah.
what is it?
The Arab
Oh yeah,
nation.
no. The Babylon and Timbuktu, and tell you that we 100 million Jews fled into Africa,
Right.
but we didn't just flee into Africa. We went into what they call Europe today. We went into all these other different places, China, all these different places. We scattered. So we were the known world. We were in all the known world at that time, but we in all the world too, because the Lord's word is continuous. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
that-
why he says it's a living book.
Right.
Because once you came to the new world, the Lord said, "Hey, I gotta find a way to get the Israelites on this side." Okay, come up with this this transatlantic slave trade, and we're gonna ship these niggas from over here. And and Issachar and Gad and Ephraim been on this side for a while, so grab a couple of them and send them back that way.
And
So
that
that's
was-
the Lord.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
beauty
so
of
that
the
the
Lord.
prophecy could be
Fulfilled,
fulfilled, and
right,
Israel shall be oppressed together.
Right. Good.
You know what I mean?
Good.
And all that held them,
Yeah.
all that held them fast.
Right.
Yeah.
I refuse to let them go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right.
So-
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
That's prophecy. It had to be
prophecy-
fulfilled.
That's why they're there.
Fulfilled.
Yeah.
Right. See, but that's See, but the church will tell you, the Lord said all things have been fulfilled, but they ain't understanding that had to be fulfilled. Right? The slavery, us going into all nations. He said everything's fulfilled, so I'm saved. I'm saved already. Are you saved, brother?
Your history follows all of the prophecies in the scriptures, from working in the field to being sold, but yet that's not you. That's beautiful, man. Like you were bought over here in the slave ships, sold to your enemies, but that ain't you. And you ain't them.
No.
And that don't mean that in the Bible.
Right.
Even though the Bible
Right.
says
this. John 3.
We gotta love everybody.
Yeah.
Come on.
John
man.
3:16
Right.
trumps Deuteronomy 28:68.
Right. It trumps the whole.
Trumps the whole Bible.
Trumps the whole Bible.
Yeah, you gotta open,
You know?
just go there, like say, close the book. So that's
Close
what they
the
say. John 3:16,
Oh,
close
even-
the book.
Close the book.
Even that Mo did that.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing that Mo?
No.
It was a Mo. He said he's a Hebrew and he's a Mo, and his whole thing was the John 3:16 says that he could be a Mo.
I did hear him. Yeah.
He said John 3:16. So John 3:16 trumps everything.
Everything.
It said you could be a Mo.
Everything.
You could be a flaming Mo
Yeah,
and say that you're an Israelite.
So John 3:16 is the whole entire Bible.
that's it.
That's it. All you need to do is believe in John 3:16, and that's it. You ain't gotta believe in nothing else.
Not 14, not 15. You don't need 17.
You don't even need Deuteronomy 28:16.
None of it.
Man, what about Revelation? Ain't that supposed to be the end?
No, but you don't need that. You don't need that. All you need is John 3:16.
John
That's it.
3:16.
Revelation?
And drop the mic.
Kill by the sword? Must be killed by the sword?
No.
He that leadeth into captivity
shall
be
go
led
into
into
captivity.
That's not talking about that. All right? That's not talking about that.
And this is the
JC
plague
said
that shall
love
enter
everybody.
into the house of the thief.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, and
Yeah,
them
yeah,
chariots
yeah.
is for John 3:16. They not the plague that's entering into the house of the thief. You know, he that stealeth the man, if he be found in his hands,
Wait,
he
don't
shall surely be. No, John
wait, don't
3:16.
forget about the apocrypha.
You know,
They
man.
don't remove the apocrypha. What about the arrows should be shot from one end of the world to the other end of the world?
That's not
And
going to
after
happen.
this, Adam also.
Right.
No, remember? Then we already in the kingdom, remember?
Oh yeah, born to these devils.
You know, I
Because
just don't know
they
no
fulfill
law.
prophecies. Yeah, no
You know,
laws.
they done away with, but
Yeah, there's still death, killing, death.
We in the new
As a matter
covenant.
of fact, yeah, the brothers talking about war. What about the wars just on the streets? We don't even need to worry about World War III. Why is there war on every street, every city in America? People having gang wars, but there's supposed to be no more war. But you're in the land.
The war in your own mind over good and evil.
Evil, right.
You know what I mean? You constantly at war in your own mind.
Right.
No, John 3:16.
John 3:16
Takes
is
you
good
away
to
from
go.
that, man.
Okay.
This is Matthew 2, verse 16, and it reads, Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked
Right.
to the wise men,
Because ultimately, that's ultimately what you devils always did. You open up the books of the law, try to paint your image, and then Herod, which basically was an Edomite, tried to be king over the Jews. Basically, in a sense, he was basically that's what he was doing, painting himself into saying that he's the people, right? Because he's the king of Judea. So it means if he's the king, that means he must be a Jew.
Well, see, that's why John the Baptist cursed him out. Well, if you're
You know the law.
yeah, you know the law. Why are you trying to take your brother's woman? Curse his ass out, man.
That's like Biden. If you don't,
Yeah.
if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
right.
he wasn't
What the
Edomite.
fuck
He
you
was
gonna
what?
tell somebody what they?
So he was the son of what? Antipater, right?
Yeah.
The Idumean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Edomite.
There you go. Absolutely.
Was exceeding wroth and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem.
And that's ultimately what they're going to do to you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians today. Because they're trying to pretend that they're the people. But in pretending the people, what? They're going to come down with great wrath, knowing that they got but a short time.
You know,
Right.
and our people never want to accept that these devil men. He slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof from 2 years old and under, according to the time
Right.
which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. And they don't think we're going to be happy to take their little ones and dash they crack busted ass heads against the stone? Are you kidding me? All of the atrocities from Pharaoh, killing off the young men,
Man.
you devils, man. You
Yeah.
devils, and that's all you nations, man. You
Yep.
got it coming.
Yeah, but this goes into them transforming themselves into an angel of light, man.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're using. Because that's what his whole thing was. If I could just kill this little nigga, guess what?
Right.
Yo.
I
No.
can still stay king, and
Right.
that's ultimately where Amalek's mind is at right now.
Right.
If we could just kill these niggas and we could do this and this and that, we could still be the people. We could still pretend that we're the Israelites and we'll remain on top. If we could just get everybody this bioeconomy, see hip, everybody will be there and we'll stay in charge.
Yo.
You know what I mean? The
Just
same mentality.
trying to keep the
transforming
blessing.
itself into an angel of light.
Yo.
Just trying to keep the blessing, man.
Trying to keep the blessing.
Not paying attention. That's all
That was
prophesied.
it. Did you read the
One more?
part where they mocked them?
Yeah. I brought that up. You want me to read it
Okay.
again?
Yeah. With the part where they mocked them. Yeah.
Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth,
No, I got it. I'm holding it.
and
Isaiah
sent
28,
forth
11.
and
Yeah.
slew
Yeah,
all
I
the
think-
children
Yeah.
that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof from 2 years old and under,
Uh-huh.
according
Yeah.
to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
Uh-huh. Did the wise man mocked him?
Yeah, that's right in the beginning.
Oh,
Then
it's a
Herod, when he saw
it's
that
like
he
it.
was mocked,
Yeah, he saw he was mocked.
was angry.
He was mocked, man. And ultimately, that's what's happening right now. Even with this thing with Kanye. I didn't notice it till, I was scrolling through, things for through YouTube, and then Sakari had a thing, and you could see the thing, and they just had the just a still picture, and it was Kanye showing the thing with the Jews, showing them how they own everything, but at the same time he was doing that, he was doing this. So I was like, so you're showing, really? So this is all your whole little thing.
Yeah, planned,
So your
yeah.
little plan, little thing, you know what I mean? So he's doing this, he's throwing up the Baphomet while he's showing this, basically letting them know, look, I'm still with y'all.
Hey, but
I'm
heard
doing what
he
you said.
the last time. His mother was a sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
He came right out with it. Like,
Yeah.
did nobody hear that? Like, yeah, we all knew, but
Yeah, but now it's
good for you,
confirmed now.
motherfucker. Yeah,
Yeah, it's confirmed now.
bring it on out. You know.
But
And now you want to turn from that?
Yeah.
Come on, no,
Yeah,
dude,
they-
you sold your soul.
all right, yeah, yeah. You got your consolation.
Yeah,
You got your
sold your
consolation.
soul, and your mother was a sacrifice.
when they get that seat here, I'll just take it out. Boy,
Oh yeah, come they
it's
do
too late.
that. Yeah.
You know,
Her and
yeah, people be
possibly
saying
that goat. You know, the brothers talking about. He said, even if you have a picture of me and a goat,
Yeah.
you know, hey.
Yeah, if you Black
Why
Mirror
would you
me.
even say that? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
good.
unless somewhere in there's you and the
Yeah, because
goat.
he kept saying if you Black Mirror me.
Yeah.
Did you see Black Mirror?
No, I've seen
Well,
it.
one of the shows on the Black Mirror was there was a senator or mayor or something that the guy didn't like,
Mm.
and he kidnapped his daughter and told him, in order for you to get your daughter back, you have to go on live TV and have sex with a pig, and we'll let your daughter go.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So that's why he said, if you Black Mirror me and put it out there, I don't care. I'm still gonna say what I need to say.
Wow. They
Which-
probably got him on wax, man.
Yeah,
Pounding a goat. God.
Yeah.
While getting pounded by Amalek. You know, a three-way. Him, the goat, and Amalek. Who's the midget in the middle?
Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of
I
Isaiah.
don't want to get that visual.
This is the book.
Man.
It's the book of Isaiah,
Word
chapter
shit.
28, verse 11. It says, "For with stammering lips
Right.
and another tongue."
Right. Which goes into mocking.
Yep.
Right.
Will
Matter
he?
of fact, can you go to the other version? That too. Watch.
Oh, okay, I'll get up
read
Blue
the
Letter.
other version too.
It says, I'll start from the top. It says, "With stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people."
Right. And sometimes we stutter or we mispronounce things, and that's okay, because like Apostle Tahar says, it's to mean to be buffoonish. Yeah, y'all don't think that we're smart and intelligent, but we're showing you through the scriptures that we don't need to be your type of smart or intelligent. The wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. We're not worried about your wisdom. We want to be wise according to these scriptures, to the words, to the precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, man. Right? We don't need to be wise according to what's his name, Vocab Malone, man. Because we'll really be foolish. You know what I'm saying? We'll be, instead of fools for Yahushua, we'll be foolish in the world, man. Ready to get destroyed by a missile, man. Or in the race wars, man. 'Cause, hey, somehow you're gonna check out. If it ain't the race wars or any of the other things, the beast and all these other things, you're gonna get hit by the missiles, man.
right.
So the Lord's gonna check you out some type of way, and we don't want to be part of that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Lord willing. But
You done with that one?
You want to reread it?
yeah.
I'm gonna read it in the NET. You were talking about mocking. It says, "For with mocking lips and a foreign tongue will he speak to
Right.
these people."
Right, because that's what we're doing. Ultimately, English is a foreign tongue. We're supposed to
Right.
be speaking Hebrew,
Yep.
right? Ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, not that Yiddish. You know, I seen one where they were saying you're not the people, so he started going at just
Right.
trying to prove
They
trying
don't
to
like
prove
when
that
you tell them that's Yiddish.
yeah.
No, I'm not speaking. That's no, you're Yiddish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That ain't nothing to do with Hebrew.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
But they think if they do that, that makes supposed to be like, oh
Right.
my God, you're the people. You don't have to have no proof. You have to have no proof. You just got to speak some bullshit language that has nothing to do with
Right.
Hebrew.
Made up.
And then I'm supposed to be like, okay, I guess that means you're the people.
And that
You
shit
can
was
speak
made
French and say you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I don't know
French.
what that shit sounds like. I ain't French. You know, Swahili, or you can go over to the African. Oh, he's the people. You know, get the fuck out of here, Amalek.
Oh,
I got you
Yeah, I
done.
just done. You want me
I
to
got
read
a
it
Go
again?
quick-
ahead, go ahead, because I didn't hear you.
You want me to read it again? Okay.
Yeah, we kind of went in on the devil, man.
Hey,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm reading in the NET. It says, "For with mocking lips."
Yeah, see, we're here to mock you, Esau. And ultimately, that's what this is. It's a mocking. Because even though you set the thing up to be a thing, it's going to mock you because, look, like the scripture said, you can do nothing against the truth, but what for the truth, man? And ultimately, all that shit that you're doing with Kanye for a distraction, because you're doing all these other different things, is really going to be for the truth. More people are actually coming in, and that's really going to seal the elect.
Yeah.
Like the elder said, he said, look, some gonna fall on stony ground, some gonna actually get burnt up by the sun. The devil gonna come in on some of you, and some of them you're gonna actually get legitimate brothers that's gonna get rooted in this thing. But it's all for because you don't have a cloak.
Right. And that
Right.
goes into how we teach. You know, we don't teach all serious. Gather now, my people. You know, we don't teach like that. You know, we're mocking these damn devils, making
Right.
fun of their asses.
Right, good.
It says, "For with mocking lips and a foreign tongue, he will speak to these people."
Right. And throughout the whole entire world, through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they're in different places. You got a brother get on there and say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in Japanese, right? So when he
got the sign language.
yeah, you even got the brothers in sign language out in what is that? Holland. Yeah, the brothers in Holland that do the sign language, right? A sign language. So that's another tongue, right? And they're at the same time, when every time they going out there to teach, it's mocking you, you Edomites, man.
I got a quick precept to go along with that. This is 1 Corinthians 1. I'm going to go right to it, 21. For after that is the wisdom of the Most High. The world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Oh, wait. There you go. The foolishness, like mocking.
Yeah.
That's a foolishness. We're mocking you, man. You're nothing, Amalek, right? Right? Because what it say? Oh, can you read that? Oh.
We're fools for you. How about you?
No shot. Yeah, we're fools for you. How about you?
So you can call us fools, demonizers. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
That 12 and 12. Because he said they're going to come for those children, right? Remember?
This is
They
Revelation.
killed those children, but look, it's coming to the time. It ain't going to just be those children. It ain't going to just be in the city of David, right? It's going to come to all you Israelites around the world, man. Right?
What's the scripture say? We should be made a spectacle.
Right. But that whole thing about how Herod sent those killed the children.
Years and
Under, yeah.
So that
But this
means
time it's going to be
infants, dude. You know, hey, the Most High gonna bring in the remembrance all of that shit you people did, man. There's a reason why it's gonna be on us to dash your little ones against the stone.
Because not only did Herod do it, but you go back
Pharaoh?
to
Egypt.
Egypt, and you go back to our slavery with our ancestors.
God.
When you took our babies, chopped them up, and fed them to alligators.
You know?
No,
But then you
sometimes
made
they
a
left them
law.
alive.
Yeah,
You
left
know,
them alive so
sold
the
'em.
hollering would attract the damn beast.
And then you gonna make a law talking about, oh, you can't rape, rob, and murder. Well, you just fucking did it, you damn stupid devil.
Yeah,
but you gonna
transforming
make
itself into an angel of light.
You know
Now
what I mean?
he's setting up the narrative. Now I'm the lawgiver. I done did all these things to
Yeah.
get my money. But you
Yeah.
know what? If you get money,
Yeah.
we're not having that. We're not having you get money or land or any kind of power.
Yeah.
But they know what happened back in the day when we started getting power, Rome fell.
Yep.
Remember, that's what they're
Yeah.
trying to prevent. They're trying to prevent them from falling again, because that's when, because Apostle always goes into it, because some of those Caesars started coming up, and they were jakes. After they started kind of falling off, the next Caesar was jakes. So and look what Kanye's talking about. Even though a lot of that's all set up, but look what he's talking about. He want to run for president.
Yep.
So if you fuck around and there's another Jake that end up being a Caesar.
Yep.
Because basically that's all you are.
And the irony of the whole thing is, it's another way of the Most High showing us this man can do whatever he wants. He can sin, he can be wicked, he can do the things that he's never given commandments not to do. But when you do it,
Oh, you get
I'm
fucked
gonna
up.
use the same
Yeah.
devil to persecute the shit out your stupid ass.
Oh,
Yep.
Because you ain't supposed to be doing it.
Sure.
That's
And
right.
he can go steal, rape, rob, kill, do all this
adultery
shit
and all
he does
type of shit.
because he's never been given the laws of the
Nope.
Most High.
Nope.
Now he took them upon himself, and he's going to have an ultimate judgment in the end for it. But at this juncture, you don't do it.
Right, because it tells you in the scriptures where it says that
That's right.
if you're not if you're not being punished, that you should be afraid. I'm roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
It says on my if you're not
punishes
chastised,
those
that's
that
right.
he loves.
If you're
Yeah.
not chastised, that because the Lord he chastised those he loved, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So the Lord don't love Esau. That's why he was never chastised.
That's right.
But you've been chastised because the Lord loves you, right? Matter of fact, that actually brings that in because this is what coming in. Go ahead. Read that.
And that should scare the shit out you too, because
Man.
he chastised us and he loves us.
Yep. You know, he hate the hell out of you.
Man, how your shit gonna be, dude?
Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right, because we're at the end, so it's time for us to rejoice. We know that World War III is on the brink of this thing.
Man.
We know the race wars is on the brink of this thing. So hey, we might as well rejoice, man. Why are we afraid? We done seen the chariots almost every other weekend. Seen almost
Man, every day.
Hey, man. So that means redemption is freaking very nigh.
Yep.
It's like the scripture said, it is closer than when we first believed.
Yep.
It's really close. Go ahead. So
Whoa.
we're rejoicing.
Woe to the inhabitants
But woe to the rest of you world that's in heaven, and this is Esau's heaven. So woe unto your heaven, Esau. What?
of the earth and of the sea.
Right?
For
Yeah, the sea goes into people. So you people are in trouble. Right?
The devil is come down to you,
Right? The devils come down to you.
having great wrath,
Right?
because he know he has a
Right?
short
The
time.
same wrath that Herod had, right? He gonna have upon you. He gonna get mad because he got mocked by the Israelites, which that's what this is all about right now anyway. The whole thing with Kanye and Kyrie and all these different things. What it is he's mad because he's being mocked, and we're showing him to be the devil, and then he's showing even more that he's the devil.
Showing his horns, man.
He's showing his horns, but ultimately he's gonna really show his horns and what?
His tail will pop out too.
Come down.
He has come down to you,
Yeah, he gonna show his horn. And he's gonna come down to you,
having great wrath,
having great wrath,
because he knoweth that he have a short time.
because he knows that he have a short time, man.
Right.
And that's ultimately what it is, man. Did you have the precept?
I got
Go ahead.
it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 8, and it says, "But
Yeah.
if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then
Right.
ye are bastards and not sons."
Hey, wait, going to a bastard. A bastard should dwell in Ashdod,
Ashdod, yeah.
right? Because you're just a bastard, right?
That's right.
Because you're not being chastised. You're in that land, but you're just a bastard in that land, right?
Yeah, they get away with everything, man.
Oh, you got that too?
I got a precept to go along with what the man said
Okay, go ahead.
whenever he's done.
I got
Go
it.
ahead.
This is 2 Esdras 9 and 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Right, and ultimately that's what we're doing, man. We're telling you the chariots. We're telling you by the foolishness of preaching. First of all, before you get to that part, you got to be out here with the foolishness of preaching, man. They say we have dresses on. They saying all these different things. Hey, people are trying to mock us, but guess what? Ultimately, you're being mocked. Your rulership, your kingdom is being mocked.
I look forward to becoming a bummer light.
Yeah, come on. I love being a bummer like that. Guess what? We're gonna have all the riches,
I'm
man.
going to finish that out. Whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Oh, you got the
That goes-
newsletter?
Oh yeah, that's yours.
Oops. That's 16.
Yeah. I'm so glad this is grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Luke 16 and 8. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua commanded the unjust steward.
Yeah, that's you, Esau. You're the unjust steward, man. Ultimately, go into it. You might as well just go into that. Tap in the blue letter and see what steward means. Because that's ultimately what he is. He has that power to shut down everything. This dude shut down the world. That's how you know how much power he got, because somehow Russia's against you, and they about to get ready to go into World War III, but even Russia went into that whole thing of the pandemic.
Yeah.
They was over there giving their people them goddamn icky vickies. So it proved that Amalek got that power. He's shut down the whole world, and that's Amalek did that.
Well, he figured out how to weaponize the common cold.
Right.
You know, literally, when you pay attention to that damn thing, how did the common cold go? the connections to it are damn near.
It's parallel. It is, but it is. Well, I ran into people that said they were nurses, and they said when their nurse book it tells you that it's in the book it says it's the common cold. That's why a lot of those doctors, which proves that people in America are so wrapped up in their money, all them doctors should have just left because they knew it was the common cold. That's why they was like, a lot of doctors were like, nah, we ain't getting that. We know it's the common cold. But they would say, yep, you're going to lose your job. And they would like, because you're so wrapped up in debt and all these different things that you owe and all these different things. So you had no choice but to stay and get a shot you knew wasn't no good for you.
Had no idea what's
You know what I
in
mean?
it, what's
No, they
how
knew.
it was
A lot of them doctors
created.
knew. That's why they wasn't doing it, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Going to word for steward in the blue letter means the manager of household
Yeah, yeah.
or of
You're
household
mismanaging.
affairs.
Hold on. You're mismanaging.
Jake get
You're
excited.
mismanaging the world, man. We need a new manager.
Past
Right.
is mismanaged.
You mismanaging the world, man.
That's
Right?
right.
Can you get that in is it Daniel? The Lord set up the people in the world. We set up the kingdoms.
This
Yeah.
devil has literally shit where he eats.
Right.
You know what I mean? He poisoned the air, contaminated the water, polluted the earth. Dude, you got it.
Yeah, he's the worst. He's the worst manager
Man.
that there is. Right.
That's right.
Been fired. It was left to
Hey, that's Esau's thing. You know, you go to a place, and go to a thing. Let me speak to the manager. I am the manager.
Right,
Yeah. Wait. Let me speak to the owner. I am the owner. Yeah.
Hey,
They
you
didn't
ever
say, hey,
notice-
you can't win with this devil.
You ever notice like all the places that you go to where you interact with that dude, he can't do anything that
Right.
everybody that's under him can do?
Oh yeah, of course.
Like he has no skills, and this doughy pant load is put over on all the other people. You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Esau can't do
Man, there's a scripture that said it, that even back, I can't remember where it's at, but it said back there's a scripture, I can't remember where it's at, but it said the same thing, that he was going around to the other nations, and basically he was robbing them then too. And that's why in that one scripture, and what thing is right here, he said he can't see himself begging. Remember in what you call him in that parable? I think it's this parable too. But go ahead, keep going.
The reason why Achan is named after one of them, you know?
Oh yeah, the Edomite, yeah.
Yeah.
Asiatic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep reading.
It says the manager of households
Uh-huh.
or of household affairs.
Affairs, and you're messing up all the affairs of the world, man. You're supposed to have land Sabbaths. You're supposed to have all these different things. You're not doing that, man. A man is supposed to be with a woman, and a woman's supposed to be with a man, and not a man with a man and a woman with a woman, man.
Or a man with one of 68 other options.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, you know,
You got options.
the affairs of the world is upside down, man. The financial affairs, right?
That's right.
The America's in debt. Each citizen is in debt,
You're born
right?
with that.
You're born in debt,
Yeah.
right? So these are things that you're mismanaging all the affairs. Keep going.
So this is Luke 16:8. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua commanded the unjust steward.
Keep reading it. No, go
Oh,
back.
okay.
Because there's more. Because it goes into that.
Okay.
I think it says something about sovereignty.
Okay. The manager of household or of household affairs, especially a steward, manager, superintendent.
Oh yeah, keep going.
Whether freeborn
Not recorded?
or as
Yeah.
or as was usually the case, a free man or a
There you
slave
go. Yeah.
to whom the head of the house or prerogative
Oh, man.
has instructed the management of his affairs.
Right, because what? We're all slave. Can you get that in Revelations 18 about how because they got slaves and all this other stuff. The souls of men, I think it is souls of men. Revelation 18.
Then it says,
Hold on, because you're gonna get that. Because this is what they're in management of free men
Right.
and of slave men,
yeah,
right? And to the point of them basically trying to make the whole world slaves. So it ain't gonna be free or bond. It's just gonna be everybody's gonna be bond, and you're gonna be bond by the bioeconomy CHIP,
yeah,
right? I think it's like 1818.
which is the co-op. You know, Esau's gender, he gonna push that on everybody.
18,
That's
17.
41 hours a day.
The ones where Esau puts his agenda on the whole
Was it
entire
19?
world, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap, man. And this is why y'all about Shimei Shai got
Or just start at 18
and get this
Shit,
right, man.
And the souls of men.
This is why we're looking to get out of here, man. Because Esau Edom was, man, he's gonna come in like an enemy, like a flood, man, and what? Gonna push his agenda, man. Gonna push that, gonna force that charisma on the whole entire world, man. And if you don't get that charisma, you're done, man. If you get that charisma, you're done. You know what I mean? You get that CF, you're done. You know? So we're waiting on, you know, we're looking for you know, Yahweh Shimei Shai putting that spirit on Esau Edom to bring out the charisma, man. You know what I mean? To bring this CF, man. Because this is how we're gonna get out of here. You know what I mean? That's one of the major prophecies that need to be prophesied, man.
18:13.
That CF, man. That's gonna be a wonderful thing, man.
That's what we need. We need that to actually happen.
Exactly. We need
But-
that to happen.
But this is this devil's thing. This is how he's wanting to try to rule the world in his
Yeah.
mismanagement. After you mess up everything. Go ahead, keep reading that.
Okay, it says the care of receipts and expenditures and the duty of dealing out the proper portion
What?
to every servant.
Whoa! What? See, you're supposed to deal out the profit, the perfect portion to every servant,
Yep.
and then everybody's supposed to actually have a certain amount of acres and enough space. You're not dealing. You're not supposed to put house against house,
No.
right? So you're not managing the world right. Keep going.
And even to the children not yet of age.
Yeah.
The manager of a farm or landed estate or overseer.
Yes.
The superintendent of the city's finances.
Woo!
The
See?
treasurer of a city.
And what are they doing with the finances? They're using the finances as a weapon against you.
That's
in
right.
order for you, like you said, you're born into debt, and now that debt they're going to use as a weapon in order to give you the CHIP,
That's right.
right? To give you the charagma, right? Which is the bioeconomy, you know, proportion of whether you could buy or sell. Keep going.
And it says the treasurer of cities or of the treasurers of what's that? Monsters of kings.
Yeah,
Quiesters of kings. Whatever that
Right, because he's ruling the world. Because basically they tell these other kings, they tell these other nations what they can do and how much money they can have, and how this and that, and they basically go around and put these other kingdoms in debt. So that's how they were able to crash down the whole world with a pandemic, because they control everybody else's money. That's why Russia was like, you know what? We're not even going to deal with that type of money. We want gold or rubies, which is real money, right? Which that's in the Bible. When it said Abraham had riches, it said he had gold, silver, and rubies, man.
Substance, yeah.
Substance, real substance. Keep going.
And then it goes down to metaphor, the apostles and other Christian teachers and bishops and overseers.
Right, because that really goes into us. Well, that's good.
What does he read?
That's really.
What was he
This
reading?
is Luke 16 and 8.
Whenever you want me to bring that out, I'll bring
You
it.
want to finish the
Which-
16 and 8?
Yeah, go ahead.
Luke 16 and 8. Then it says, and the Lord Yahweh Shimei Shai commanded the unjust steward
Right.
because
your-
he
you got
had
your-
done wisely.
Can you look up? Can you do the definition of unjust? Oh, matter of fact, you could probably do it on that thing too.
Yeah, put it here. Unjust means
Yeah.
unjust.
Which we kind of understand, but just to pull it out, because ultimately that's just what you are, man. Because it's saying that you're the ruler of this world and you're the manager. Because really, the world belongs to the Most High, right?
This is unjust. It says unjust of a judge, unrighteous of heart and life, a deed violating law and justice,
Woo! Do they not violate the law and justice?
act of unrighteousness.
Hey, and you're unrighteous in the way that you do your decrees, man.
You know?
Right?
Yeah. And it says, and Luke 16:8, and the Lord Yahweh Shai commanded the unjust steward, because he had done wisely, for the children of this world
Right.
are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
Right? And you know about the debt system. You know about the stock market. So you're wiser than the children of light. We're telling them about the charagma that's coming, and you know that it's coming, and even regular other Edomites know what's going on. But the children of light, or at least they're supposed to be of the light, right? Because you done through miseducation, they're in darkness. They don't got a true understanding, but they initially are the children of light. And you got more understanding than the children of light. These so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you know what's going on. The next thing is this so-called, what is it? What they call it? It's going to be like a debt jubilee, but it's debt jubilee. Yeah, 50. Yeah, the 50 years. Yeah. But they're going to do the reset, right? Right, the global reset. But your global reset is not according. Your debt jubilee ain't according to the way the Bible says it's supposed to be. You're supposed to wipe out all debt. You're gonna wipe out all debt, in a sense, but you're gonna put it on to the
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna put it. You're gonna carry it over and into the sea hip.
Your sea hip's already gonna be.
Yeah. They're gonna be basically born into debt all over again. Yeah. Go ahead.
Got a quick fix. Isaiah 24:5, it says, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant."
That's ultimately what you've done, man. You changed the laws. You broke the covenants between the land, right? You have no land Sabbaths. All these different things. You put pollution in the air, and all for the sake of profit.
Yeah.
And you don't really care, right? Even this one chick I seen on. I'm gonna try to do a lesson on it if I can find the video again. But she did a thing. She said, "Man, it's crazy how much these white people hate us so much that they stop us because we create things and we do certain things, but they don't want us to have things so bad that they shoot themselves in the foot just so we don't have it."
Right.
She said, "This is how much they hate us, that their economy, their whole thing is gonna be done away with, but it's just so nigga no, just as long as you can't have it."
They tax us for the work we do, while capital gains.
Did you get that, Daniel?
Oh, I have it. Yeah.
Like everything we try to get, that's why the Bible says that this is not our rest, because we're looking for Esau Edom to give us a break, or to let us have a piece of his kingdom. Fuck his kingdom. Damn fucking America, man.
Yeah.
We want our rest.
True
And
riches.
the true rest. And the only way we're gonna get that true rest is by what? Yeah, through Yahweh Hashem
Put them in slavery and then putting them away.
You know what I mean?
Obadiah 1 and 18.
That's right.
That's the only way we can have rest.
That's our true recompense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want you to recompense us by your cash, man.
Hey, you can keep
They don't
your
have no
money
value.
and I
It
won't
don't have
keep
no
it.
value, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do for us in your kingdom, man.
Yeah, because the chick was just
Have
saying that
your-
too. I was listening.
man,
She's
have your
on
kingdom.
TikTok.
Yeah.
She was saying that because Russia changed the thing to gold and rubies,
Yeah.
that it's basically really putting America in a bind, because they can't buy any resources because their money's worthless.
They can't sanction somebody who's not using
Their money. Yeah.
So keep your fucking money, man.
Well, that's Russia's attitude, and
Man.
Russia's just Edomites. So you as an Israelite really should have that attitude.
Our
You know what I'm
recompense
saying?
is when we choke the shit
We're
out of
just
you
using
and
this because
slave-
these motherfuckers are stupid enough to keep taking it.
drag
Hey.
your ass into captivity.
Because I've been calling this shit. It's crazy. I've been calling this money monopoly money
It is.
for a long time. When I was a kid, I was called it monopoly money.
That's what it is.
But then to come to find out, it really is. It's fucking monopoly money. This shit is
Monopoly
fake.
money has
Play
more
money,
value.
more value than this money do. Shit.
This motherfucking shit is fake.
No, Esau value.
Go ahead.
The only value that Esau Edom is going to take your ass into
Slavery.
captivity.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
value.
That's your
A lot of
value,
value.
motherfucker.
Go ahead.
It's the
We
book.
want that.
Yeah, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17, and it reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers."
Mm-hmm. Hey, the watchers. Wait, hey, that's us, man.
Prophets.
Lord willing, man.
Lord willing, yeah.
We're watching the prophecies. We're telling the people what's going on. We're warning you, right?
Right.
Yeah, tell them, warn them for me, and that's what we're doing
Yeah.
for the Most High, Lord willing. Will anyone stand up for the Lord? Hey, Lord, send me, like Isaiah. Send me, I will.
What? And the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Right? Because that even proves that the world was really for the Israelites. That's why he said the word came from the holy ones, right? Which the holy ones will be with the Israelites. But the Lord said what? He put men to rule in the kingdom of men.
Right.
The Lord rules in the kingdom of men, Sparky.
Right? And giveth it to whosoever he will.
Yeah, so the Lord rules in the kingdom of men, and he will give it to whoever he will. So even though the world was made for our sake, he said, no, I'm going to give it to him. No. And that's why even the disciples, which became apostles later, they was like, look, Lord, it ain't our time. It's our time.
Right.
They were ready. They were ready for it to
Restore
be.
the kingdom
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
to
you were going to
Israel.
restore the kingdom back to Israel?
Nah.
Nope, still ain't your time yet.
Nope.
You know
Know what the Father
what I'm
has
saying?
in his
And that's
hand.
what the Lord did. But then you know what's crazy about that? The Lord had me meditate on that. And it proves that God is really merciful. Even though you're just heathen, and he said you're like the dust of the balance, or you're like a drop that fall from a vessel, he still allowed every single one of you to rule for a time period.
Yup.
And now once we rule forever, you can't say shit. The
Nothing.
Lord, even when we're talking about how Israel, they're gonna not have a cloak. The Lord is setting up a thing where even the heathen ain't gonna have a cloak when we rule for everything. They ain't gonna have a cloak.
Man, in his great mercy, he knows that if all of the stuff that Esau's done, we can torment him for thousands of years.
Thousands.
He gave him a shut-off day.
Yup.
Oh, right.
You're
Well,
going to
yeah.
get this for 1,000 years, then you're going to get extra. That's mercy.
That's mercy.
Because if Esau don't think I could go 2,000 or 3,000 years putting him underfoot for all the shit he's done,
Man.
you got
Oh, it's
another
easy.
thing coming.
We don't get tired. The Lord said we won't get tired or weary, so that'd be easy.
Man, and every morning when I go to the pit to collect y'all, I want to hear if you're happy, you know, I want to hear you devilish man telling me how happy you are to be in the position that you
Man.
put in.
Right, because basically what they
Singing that
say,
song, man.
you should be glad we took you from Africa.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy,
we
you
know.
should be.
Taught us
You should
the
be
monkey
glad we
ball
took
last
you
song.
from Egypt.
Y'all finish this up, and I gotta fix this one, man. It says, and setteth up over it the bases of men.
Right. And that's Esau, man.
And who's the base?
Amalek, the
Yeah,
basis of Amalek.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's how
Yeah.
stupid you are. Yeah, out of
Who
all the
else
Edomites.
Who else would bite a penis to do a damn thing? Who else would do that? Take a baby
Esau.
and bite their damn penis to damn. Come on, man.
Yeah, but then also look, he's ruling this kingdom the same way he did as the Greeks.
Yep.
And as the Greeks,
And the Romans.
look, but if it's fell the same way,
Yeah.
it's felling the same way it's felling now. It fell then, and then when you
Yep.
came as a Roman, it's felling the exact same way it's felling right now.
Yup.
Your army's too spread out. You're too greedy. You want everything. You're trying not to allow the Israelites to come back, because ultimately that's what was happening in the Roman time. Because the Apostle Paul was going around these things and rousing up Jake, waking them up. No. You ain't no Greek. No, you ain't no barbarian. You an Israelite. You're from the tribe of this. You're from the. He was letting them know. You know what I mean? The same thing that's happening now. And then so because that was happening, what did he do? He kicked out all the Jews out of the thing, out of Rome, all the
Burned it
things,
down his damn
burned it
self.
down. That's what I'm saying.
And
He shoot
blamed it,
himself.
you know what I mean? Shit.
He shoot himself in the foot,
Bang.
right? Because ultimately, all that shit, he still got. Then everything he doing now. They said it used to be gold and silver in the quarters and stuff here. He did the same thing in Rome.
Yup.
Yeah.
He took the gold and the silver and the
Devalued the
things
money.
out of the thing and tried to put some type of fake metal into the thing to trick people, but it started rubbing off and people started knowing, and it devalued the thing. The same thing that was happening with the dollar. People are noticing that they took the silver out of the thing, it ain't backed up by gold, and then you keep trying to push this crude oil thing, and Russia's like, nah. You know what? They're done dealing with them.
Saudis
We
is
done with
dealing
you.
with them.
You done. Yeah, the Saudis are done dealing with you.
Everybody's
we
done
we
dealing
done
with
we done going behind your tricks. You know what I mean? Of you doing your thing as what do they call it? Oil.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The oil money.
Petrodollar.
Petrodollar. Yeah.
You know?
We tired of your fucking petrodollar.
Europeans is tired of them dragging them into every war that they involved in.
Yeah.
We'll have a unified collective group of people and get they people killed over some shit that America is the only one that wanted. They sick of America's vote overriding everyone else's vote in that damn United Nations.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like we all say no, America says well yes.
So
They
then-
tired of
yeah.
not being able to go after Americans when they commit atrocities
Yeah.
overseas,
Yeah.
and you can't touch an American citizen.
Can't say you.
Unless, of course, they black, then you can arrest them and lock their ass up. You know what I mean? And in America, and its hypocrisy, you lock people up over here for hundreds of years for a little bit of marijuana, but then when Russia does it and locks her big, tall, lanky dumbass up for a couple, they're so, see how they do people? No. Hey,
But
that's
it's
the shit
him,
they get
man.
from
It's
you.
him transforming himself
Right.
into an angel of light.
Ah.
Now he's trying to say, look how Russia is.
Right.
Look how bad Putin is. He's so bad. See, you should be glad that you live in America.
And these devils have legalized dispensaries over here now, and there's
Yep.
still black folks locked up for marijuana.
Still.
And these devils is doing it legally. They
Yep.
got armed and dangerous with their own buildings, slinging dope, and they got brothers locked up for doing it.
He's trying to survive, though.
Hey,
He's trying to survive the
but that's
regular
the irony, though, doing the most.
Because these dudes trying to
For
make
you,
it, make
it's
a
the law
profit.
not to.
They're
Yep.
just doing it
Yeah.
to make a profit, big profit,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
they were just doing it just to survive.
Just to survive. They had maybe a little extra.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord,
Gun,
and in
that's
due
right.
time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right, which is Yahweh Shai.
Yahushai.
And then King David, and then the 144,000, and then
Man on
the
down.
elect after that, because they're gonna have their positions before the other ones that come in being born back in the kingdom.
Yep.
Because things are gonna already be running.
Righteous order.
Everything's gonna be already in a righteous order, and then it's gonna be like that. Like it's gonna be like it's always existed that way.
Back to Edom.
Yeah.
Edom.
Edon, yeah, paradise, yeah. But I'm saying about when our kids come back, it's gonna seem like it was something that's always been.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it said you're not gonna remember the former things, right?
Pass away. Like
It's
his
gonna
own
pass the
dog.
thing, so it's gonna seem like that thing has always, which it is, because it's going back, like you said, it's going back to Eden. So it was a thing that was always meant to be. But the Lord, like I said, I thought about meditating. The Lord gave you a chance to rule. So you can't say the Lord's not righteous, even with that.
And you can't say you know what you're doing, because in each one of them rulerships, they fell miserably.
Fail.
Yeah. So the scripture says it's to be like a dream.
It is a dream. It's a whole big nightmare. It's one big nightmare. Because once Esau Edom was gone, you know what I mean? It's going to be like it's never been here. You know what I mean? It's going to be like it's never been here. So this is one big nightmare. We're in a big nightmare.
I'll bring this out real quick. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 126, verse 1. It says, when the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream.
Right.
So you know, it's gonna be like like brother, it's gonna be a nightmare.
Nightmare. One big nightmare.
Oh, for them, because this was our nightmare, but it's good. But what this is saying is going to be like, it was a dream. Like it's going to be like we couldn't believe. Like we just woke up.
Yeah, we woke up.
We just woke up out of
Out of
just
a
like
dream.
out of a nightmare. Yeah.
Like, did you
Yeah.
ever? The hell was that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kind.
Like I said, one
Yeah.
big nightmare. We're going to wake up and be like,
Like a
what happened?
Yeah.
Doing some
Yeah, Apostle Gabar goes into that.
This was
He
him?
said,
Go through that.
yeah, Apostle Gabar goes into that. Was that Trading Places?
Yeah.
When that white dude woke up,
Yeah.
he said, "Man, I had a bad dream.
Yeah.
It was a sudden Negro."
Yeah.
That
Right over
He's
there,
like,
kicking
"You
him in
are-"
his damn forehead.
that might be what we do to him. It was like, he was just fucking Edomite.
Hey, that's so spiritual because he said it was the Dukes. It was
Yeah,
the
the
Dukes.
Dukes,
The
yeah.
Dukes beat them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're known as, the Dukes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's a spiritual movie.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy played in a lot of them movies. A lot of the movies he did was really spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Duke, yeah, because there was the Dukes of Edom. When he did the Golden Child, that's basically representing Israel. Because that child, he was able to do things and touch things, bring things back to life. He was just a little kid. Because it tells you in the scriptures that our
And they was
children.
trying to kill him.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
trying to kill him. Yep. Right. Oh, and then what did he tell the dude? At the airport when the dude seen him, he was trying to get the knife from him. Because what's the
Dear
sword?
brother Noopsy.
Yeah, dear brother Numsy. And what's
Esau's
Esau?
our
Is our brother,
brother,
yeah. Right? And then what's the sword? The word.
Yeah. And Esau.
The little-
Esau's the
It looked
sword.
like a horse.
Yeah, yeah.
Deliver me from the...
No, but what sword was he trying to get from him though?
Oh.
He was trying to get that little
Dagger.
sword, that dagger,
Yeah,
the sword.
yeah.
What's the scriptures? The scriptures is basically a sword, a dagger.
Yep.
Right? Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 1. And it reads, "And he answered me, saying, The Most High hath made this world for many,
Uh-huh.
Right,
but the world to come for few."
right. Because ultimately, you're ruling this world right now, and this world that you're ruling, this world that you're ruling in, many people are in this
Trying
world.
to pick us
You got the righteous, you got the wicked, you got all these different things. You got someone was saying that for the first time in history, they said that the world's population is reaching 8 billion people. Right?
All the spirits is back.
All the spirits are back for judgment.
Yep.
But the world to come is what? For few. Keep going on.
Verse 2, "I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra,
Right?
as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made,
Right, people. You have sex and you have children. Right? Go ahead.
but little that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved."
Right, and ultimately that's what it is, man. Only a few are going to be saved. Right? What was that one? Oh, Hebrews 20 and 16. No, keep it. But then, oh,
I got it.
no, I think I gave it one. I gave it
You
one.
want Rush? You want him?
Hebrews 20 and 16.
I got it.
No, go to 8, because I should have. Yeah, stay on that. Hold that real quick. Not right now.
Hebrews 8.
Yeah, Hebrews 20 and 8.
You sure you want Hebrews?
Yeah, 20. Hebrews 20 and 8.
You only go to 12.
I mean, Matthew, Slakia. Matthew's 20 and 8. Slakia. Matthew's. I'm saying Hebrew. I don't know what I said.
Thinking about
This is
this.
Matthew's
Right.
20 and 8. And it reads, So when even was come, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai of the vineyard said unto his steward,
Right.
Call the laborers.
Right, because you're the unjust steward, and then what's going to happen to this unjust steward? So this ultimately, hey, that might be what you're doing underneath this whole thing. This whole thing is really you're calling in the laborers, because what you're basically putting this oppression upon us, and this affliction, and then you're even doing these so-called psyops, these things with Kanye and all this thing, but it's bringing in the elect, right? And then the other ones that need to be judged, they're gonna get judged. So the Lord, you know what I mean? The Lord, like the Lord said, false balance is an abomination for the Lord. So you're gonna have the elect amongst this, and you're gonna have the ones that's meant to be just destroyed. But you know, it's so they don't have a cloak. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Call the laborers.
Call the
and-
laborers.
And give them their hire,
Mm-hmm.
beginning from the last
Right,
unto
'cause-
the first.
Right, because we're working for this penny. So he said, begin at the last, man. And ultimately, what we came in last. The Lord said we set up the apostles for last, man. Right? Oh no, wait, keep going.
Oh.
Jump down to 16. Matthew 20 and 16.
This is Matthew 20 and 16. And it says, so the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen.
Right, and that's ultimately what it is, man. So you being the unjust steward, you're the first, right? It says Amalek should be the first of the heathens, right? So you being Amalek and you being the steward, you're first. But guess what's going to happen? You're going to be last, and you're going to be put into subjection, into slavery, under the true Hebrew Israelites, not black, right? Because we got many different brothers with different shades. Even it tells you in the mixed multitude. You Christians get simple with the mixed multitude in Revelation 7 and 7.
I'm in.
Yeah, they think they're in because it's like that. But those are Israelites, man. The Lord, He tells you when He said measure the temple. The temple's for the heathen, for the outer court is for the heathen.
Yep.
So how do you get in because you see the mixed multitude? That mixed multitude are Israelites, man.
Isn't Vocab trying to come up with a theory now where the 144 aren't all Israelites?
I don't know. He
Yeah,
probably
I-
was
I just turned it off because I was like, this dude
It's
is
a waste of
fool,
time, yeah.
But
It is a waste of time.
yeah, I think he's trying to
He's-
come up with
yeah,
this new thing where
He's
you
trying
know,
to say that a whole 144,000
Right.
ain't all Israel.
right,
It's Israel first, but it's those who believe in
Right.
JC. Get the hell out
the
of here.
spiritual ones again.
Would you did you have that one?
Which one? Luke? I mean, Second Ezra 6.
Yeah. Did you read the other one? Oh yeah, you just read that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get that one.
Okay, this is Second Ezra 6 and 8, and it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac,
Right.
when Jacob and Esau were born of him,
Right.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Right. Because that's ultimately what you're in, man. He fulfilled the hill of Esau, which what Esau. Right.
That's what it's going to do.
Yeah. Because Esau, you were born first, man.
That's right.
So Jacob had to grab your heel because you were worn in the belly, man. It pop.
Yep.
He thought you could try to, how motherfucker try to sneak hit you and try to run. That's basically what Esau was doing in the womb.
Trying to run away.
Yeah, he tried to run away. So Jacob had to grab his heel. You know what I'm saying?
Come
That's
back
it.
here.
Got
Yeah.
that lucky shot in and
Yeah,
try
they-
to get out the womb.
Try to get out the womb so he could be born first. Because technically that's our. It was like something about him knew that's our customs, that the firstborn is supposed to get everything.
Yep.
See, but yeah. So even him being the firstborn, what did this prophet mean? If I shall die, you faggot, like man, I'm hungry, man. Yeah, I'm just so hungry. I'm gonna die.
He said, I'm famished.
Famished. It's gay, man. That's why he comes at you with this soft tone, but war's in his heart, man.
But that's why he's going to try to use these next set of events to try to prove, hey, Jacob's just as bad.
Right.
When he brings this famine, this man-made famine, well, get the chip.
Yep.
You want to eat, get this potato chip. And,
Mm-hmm.
you can have the chip, and then you can
You
have
got
some
the dip.
chips.
Yeah, you got the
You know what I
dip.
mean?
You
Get
got
the
the
chip,
dip.
and you can
get
have
the
some
dip.
chips.
Yep.
You got to get the chips. You can get the dip.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and all those
can
that
make
fall for it, he gonna be like, see, Lord, look, it wasn't my fault.
Well, because they're gonna fall for it because they don't trust in Yahweh.
They're predestined to fall for it.
They trust in Egypt. You know what I mean? They trust in Esau.
The flesh. The flesh too.
They
They
trust in
warn the
that
flesh
That's
war
right.
against the spirit.
So
the
what-
spirit against
what's
the
gonna
flesh.
happen
But
when-
they falling for the flesh more than
That's
the
right.
spirit.
So when it come down to it, when Esau come in like a flood and he come in with that seed here, you know what I mean? They gonna be like, man, we ain't got no food. You know what I mean? We ain't got nowhere to
baby
live.
gotta eat.
We ain't got nowhere to live. we can't get no job unless we go and get to see here. So it's best. I want to live. So it's best that we go ahead and get to see here so we can survive in this world.
And another thing, like other Jakes would do, like it said in Second Ezra, when they say sent that old man to compel him. That's you're gonna have a lot of other Jakes trying to compel you. I don't think God will be mad at you if you want to feed your kid. How can God be mad at you because you need to eat? Won't God want you? What? Wouldn't He want you to eat?
Well, I used to be,
You know?
I used to be
Yeah,
carried.
I was
yeah,
about to
you
say
got-
that.
you
I was
got
about to
those
say that.
other,
I used to be carried.
you
Even
know?
IUIC has literally said that.
Right,
You
yeah,
know what I
because
mean?
in denying it, that's them literally saying, you know, you can get that, because
Right.
that's not what the Most High is referring
Because
to.
they're not speaking against it.
You know, right. That's you advocating it.
Yep.
You know, you won't say that's it and don't do it.
Trying to say,
That's
well,
right,
what if he grabs me and holds me down? Well, if that happens, then that's the Lord wanted it to happen.
I get it.
Well, you know, they put that narrative out there, like, you know,
Or
the
you
Most
can
High.
get it out, you can take it back
Right.
out.
Yeah, well, not just
Even
that.
the dude
They
Zabak.
say that
Zabak
you know,
ain't really coming out flat out with it, because he when he first said it, he was saying, "Well, I believe it's everything." And I think it's everything. I believe, you know, maybe that might be part of it, but there's more to it because you know it's the whole. Well, we know it's a system, but what is the mark? What is the mark that we cannot have? Just let's leave it plain, because the Lord said you're supposed to make it plain upon tables that they may run who readeth it.
That's right.
Make it plain. Just hey, it's the sea hip.
And there's a reason why
Right?
the apostles say be one deep and not two deep, because the Most High is simplistic.
Yep.
He gonna put it right there in your face. You know, hey, it's this.
Yep.
It's not complicated. It's this. Don't get it.
Finish it up. This is Second Ezra 6 and 9 says, "For Esau is the end of the world."
Right. Ultimately, you're the end. Amalek, you're the end, right? Because you're the one who's at the top, and you're even of the Edomites.
Right.
You're the other. That's why the other Edomites despise you, right?
Yep.
Or you retreat them.
But your whole system, your whole age of the Edomites is done away with. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
What was that?
And Jacob is the beginning of it.
Hey
that
man,
followed.
we got this new world. Like they said, we got next, man.
That's right.
Right? We're the next rulership, man.
That's right.
So all you heathens, right? Why do the heathen rage, man? You imagine a vain thing, man. You imagine a vain thing. You're not in the next rulership, man. Yahweh Shai, which is the Lord's begotten son, which means it's his favorite son. He's giving the rulership to him, and every knee is gonna bow. Every tongue's gonna confess that Yahweh Shai is Lord, man.
And those that would not, that I should rule over them. Drag your ass.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10, and it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation."
Right. Because what the Lord said, what that we're through the foolishness of preaching, you should be saved, and through that foolishness of preaching, what we kept hold of the word, man.
Which shall call upon the world to try them that
Right.
dwell upon the earth. So it's going to be a test, man. You're going to have a choice, you know. But ultimately, it's all from Yahweh.
Right, it's gonna come upon the world. Why? Because you're gonna have this global. It's gonna be a global famine, right? So that test is coming upon all the world. The whole world's gonna have a chance to say, see hip or not see hip. Do I eat and get the see hip, or do I trust in Yahweh Shem Shai and maybe the Lord send me a raven or do like that, or maybe you just drop dead.
Right.
Hey, it'd be worth it to just drop dead than to deal with Esau's thing, because his whole thing is to send you through another loop and all these other things, man.
So you're going to live a little longer just to get
Just to die,
the
yeah.
wrath and fury of the Lord, man.
right.
That mixture, that cup without mixture.
Mixture, right? Yeah.
Man. So the only ones that's gonna pass that test is the elect. You know what I mean? That's why he said, "For I have reserved." Now, words reserved means set aside. He has set aside 7,000 men that has not bowed their knee to the image of Baal. Why? Because, roughly paraphrasing that scripture, because, Yahweh Shem Shai knows the elect, and the elect knows him. So they've been reserved from the beginning of the foundation of the world. So nobody's going to be able to fool or to trick the elect.
angels. Yeah, the angels.
You know what I
Because
mean?
the angels are the reapers.
Yeah.
So you can't
So-
deceive the angels because the angels are the reapers, man.
Yep. So you're not going to be able to, the men that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has chosen to come out here on the highways and byways and to bring out this truth. You know, that like the elders and apostles say, this is Yahweh Shem Yahushua's movement. Well, how do you know that he made this movie? Well, there's three characters in this movie. There's three main characters in this movie. You got the righteous, you got the bug outs, and you got the devil.
Right.
And everybody's going to play their lot.
Right.
Everybody's going to they're going to play their part in this movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The bug outs going to be the bug outs. You know what I mean? Because they were the bug outs in the beginning, and they're the bug outs now. Then you got the devil, who was the devil in the beginning, and he's the devil now.
Right.
Then you got the actual righteous,
Oh, right.
which is the elect. They were the righteous then, and they're going to be righteous now. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not. The Most High knows what he's doing. This is a
Let
movie.
them that are righteous, let them be righteous still.
And
Let
those-
them be filthy, let them be filthy still, man. Right? But
Just got two quick ones. This is John 10 and 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow
the brother
me.
just said. It's good.
Yep.
That's the spirit, man. The brother just said that, man.
John 10 and 5. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him.
Right.
It goes right back to it.
Did we get that? Matter of fact, did we get that? Second Ezra 6. Second Ezra 6.
Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going because that's
6 and 8, 8, 9. You know, when you go to 10,
Second Ezra.
6, 8,
Okay, no, go up.
Okay.
I'm in
7.
1 and 2.
Okay. This
As a
is
matter of fact, that's what that was the
very
perfect. Yeah,
beginning.
kind of.
this is
'Cause he
Second
said
Ezra
that.
6 and 1, starting at the top. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before
No,
the
second Ezra. Second.
Second?
No, not second Ezra. Second Maccabees. Salakia.
Oh,
Second Maccabees 6.
oh.
Salakia. My bad.
I got two quick ones, but you know.
Okay.
That's fine.
What?
This book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2,
Oh,
verse 13.
double-edged sword over
Two
here.
swords over here.
Double-edged sword. Okay.
And it says, but we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren beloved of the Lord, because the Most High has from the beginning chosen you to
Ooh.
salvation through
That's
the
right.
sanctification of the Spirit and
Yeah.
belief in the truth.
Right. That's right, man.
That's
Because
cool,
we're giving thanks that the Lord had set up the elect from the
That's right,
beginning.
right.
Because without that, right from the foundation of the world, because without that, us being as Israel, we would never get it. You see the 2/3? That never. If we had to wait on the 2/3,
Never go.
we're never getting out of here. Amalek will rule forever. So we have to give thanks that the Lord has set up this thing.
Mercy.
We got
You want me to read one more time?
Yeah.
All right. It says, but we are bound to give thanks always.
We're bound, right? Because it says that we are yoke fellows, right? We're a slave unto Yahweh Shai. We're bound to give thanks, man. Right? That this thing, what do you call Judah? Judah is Yahweh thanks, Yahweh praise, or Yahweh thanks. So the Lord is setting us up to always give Him praise or thanks. Yahweh.
praise.
Yeah, Yahweh thanks or Yahweh praise. Go ahead.
But we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord,
Right.
because the Most High has
Beloved of the Lord, right? Because from the foundation of the world, you are beloved, man. Right?
It says, because the Most High from the beginning
Mm.
chosen you to salvation through
Mm.
sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth.
Gave you the gift.
Spirit.
So you had
breath
the
of
gift.
life.
The breath of life from the beginning, man. You were meant to have the breath of life, man.
That's right. And only the elect is going to get that breath of life. Because when you look at it, what did he say? He's going to send his
Was it
Elijah.
Jeremiah?
He's going to send Elijah
No,
to
no,
wake
that
up.
was
No, I'm talking about was Jeremiah. He said that I knew you in the womb.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
1 to 5.
Yeah. So Jeremiah, yeah, like Jeremiah, I knew you in the womb, man. He knew from before you were even born. He set this up from the beginning. He knew that this end was gonna come. He knew Amalek was gonna be proud. He knew that he was gonna set up this psyop with this dude going out there and basically proclaiming that yeah, you commit all sorts of sacrifices with people's family. So we know that you're the devil, right? And even he's saying it. He said, I believe God set me up for such a time as this.
Right.
And yet you're right. Whether you make it, whether the Lord forgive you or he don't, you're right. Because he's going to set up to bring in the elect that he had already beloved from the beginning. So it's
Got one more.
Right.
2 Timothy 2:19, it says, nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his.
right. Having this seal, what the why, the seal that's going to have the Father's name and the Son's name upon you. Right? Right?
I got no, man.
Right?
Double edge sword, man.
Because it says we're the lamb of the Lord. Do you know that that lambs, what they do is they put a staple thing on the ear. They put one on the hub. There's a thing so you can know that's your lamb. So the Lord's gonna put the why, so you're gonna know that we're His lamb. That's why that He read, my sheep know my voice. Right? What?
Right. It says, the Lord knoweth them that are his. It says, and let everyone that nameth the name of the anointed depart from iniquity.
Right, and that's saying we have the true name. Name the name of the anointed, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man.
What does it say? Hurt not the earth, or seal.
Yeah. Hurt not the earth, to my servants a seal.
I'm gonna keep going a little bit. It says, verse 20 says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor.
Right.
Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
It says, if a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, say sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work.
Which is good. I want to say, yeah, because the definition of that meat means good.
That's right.
It was what was good, man.
That's the elect.
And it's good for you to get, whether your judgment, whether you be of good or whether you be of evil, the Lord is coming with his reward.
It's all
So-
Jacob, but he's the elect on this side, and then the rest of Israel.
Because only the elect is going to do the what? Do
The work.
The good work.
The
good work.
The good works.
Good,
And
that's
what,
right,
going out here on the byways and highways and byways and hedges, out here making these lessons like we're doing, showing our true faith. You know what I mean? Because the Bible tells you that faith without works is dead.
Right.
So, like Paul said, show me thy faith without your works, and I'll show you my faith
By my works.
By my works.
Good.
And that's what we're doing. We're showing you our works, and we're showing you our faith
By the word.
by the works that we're doing. To what? To what? Please Yahweh Shem El Shai, man.
Through the foolishness of preaching.
That's
Yeah.
right. Through the foolishness of preaching, man.
Right.
This is 2 Maccabees 6:1. Start at the top. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to
I
depart
think he
from
did
the
read this
laws,
earlier, but he was on it
to depart of the laws of their fathers and not live after the laws of the Most High.
Right.
Because
So they didn't want you to live by the laws. Going into what I was saying about changing themselves into an angel of light. Basically going into changing these things and saying in the Christian churches that the laws are done away with. Right?
Yeah.
By being able to say all these different things, get their tithes, clap and sing your hands and all these other different things. So it seems, and then always putting this devil in there. So you're in your mind, like even Apostle R said, in our mind, we thought Charlton Heston was really an Israelite, man. We thought that thing was real the way they religiously played that every year around Christmas or something. I remember watching that with my grandmother. We watched it every year. We watched it every year when they played it. Didn't miss. And it was like something about it. It just felt
real.
yeah. It felt like, the way it was like, dang. Every year I sat with my grandmother, watched that, man.
Esau Edom pushed that narrative out there for everybody to believe it. Because in order for you to believe something, he has to destroy your mind.
Right.
And that's what Esau Edom does.
But like they
Destroy
said,
our mind.
if you say the thing over and over again, they'll believe that's the truth.
Yep.
Just like a man trying to walk around like he's a woman, if you keep doing it, somebody might believe you're a woman. You know what I mean?
Robert was in the restroom right now.
Man,
In the men's restroom. In the men's
In the
restroom.
I know he's a man.
In the stall.
In the men's restroom.
Yeah.
Man, you can tell he's a man.
Damn.
That motherfucker.
Right next door to me taking a shit.
Motherfucker, goddamn devil, man. Fuck. Second Maccabees 6:2.
Right.
And to pollute also the temple in
Right.
Jerusalem.
Right. And you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you're the temple today, and they're polluting you with all these different lies, this wine, philosophies, and even actual giving you pork, shrimp, crab, lobster,
Right.
exalting that to the heavens. Right.
That's right. And to call it the temple of Jupiter,
Right, here it is.
Olympius.
The temple of Jupiter and Olympius. Keep going. Here's the point.
And that the Garzium, Garzerium of Jupiter, the defender
Right, here
of
it is.
of
Strangers. Right, see, and ultimately that's what this Christian church is set up to be. So you could be a defender of strangers. That's the whole thing what vocab is. His whole thing is trying to put in the strangers. So that's ultimately what you're doing. You're setting up, you know what? The laws are done away with. Let's do this. Let's do that. Oh, you see where it says Gentile? Oh, Gentiles is in there. Oh, you know what? Blah, 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 blah. So on and so forth.
Heathens.
Heathens. Yeah, you could, yeah. See, you know, don't you know you're a Gentile saved by grace, brother?
Yeah.
I mean, that's ultimately what it is. It's saying you are a defender of stranger, and then you got vocab and his little motley crew, like Apostle Har always say, call them the little motley crew. You got other Jakes saying, "Oh, what are you doing? No, you Black Hebrew Israelite, that's messed up." Some Jakes, and we're trying to tell you that you're the greatest people on earth,
Right.
and you're behind this dude because why? You're polluted. You got your mind all messed up, and you don't understand that Esau's setting this thing up to make you a defender of the strangers, man. That's why a lot of our people don't get it. That's why the first thing is, what about the white man?
Right. That's the first thing.
The first thing, no matter what, there's all these different. We said all these nations going into slavery.
But nobody cares about these other nations. But the moment we talk about Esau, Edom, oh no.
Wait. What about the white man?
Not
Because
the white man.
Christianity, because they changed themselves into an angel of light, it set them up that you're a defender of the strangers, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. As they did desire that dwelt in the place.
There you go. Yeah, you all you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you desire that, man.
Yep.
Right? All over the places where you were enslaved, right? Where Esau driven you and basically re-educated you by slavery, beating you, and putting you in these schools that's actually controlled by the Illuminati, man.
Yep.
Right? These banks are paid for the school system.
Right.
They have to go through Amalek to get the curriculums.
Nope.
And if Amalek don't approve of the curriculums, they don't teach your kids these things.
Nope.
So who's setting up the narrative? Who got power? So ultimately, Kanye thing is trying to show you something. They got power not just in the media. They got power to how they teach your children, man.
Yep.
How they teach in the churches.
Yep.
So no wonder why you're a defender of the stranger. No wonder why there's Stockholm syndrome.
Yep.
Right?
How
Through
homebound slaves,
Yeah, through
man.
deceit and falsehoods, man.
Y'all homebound slaves, man. Y'all love captivity, man. Y'all love to be in captivity. We want salvation, but y'all want captivity. How does that work? We're tired of captivity. We're tired of being in captivity.
They want to be free, but they want the illusion of being free.
Right.
Right? Because
No.
ultimately that's what it is. Because
It is an
two
illusion.
kings can't exist. You know what I mean? Right? Two kings can't sit on the same throne.
Nope.
Not to mention, especially when we're opposite of each other. That's what I said. Well, how could two walk together unless they be agreed upon? Esau and Jacob both can't sit on the throne because he's adverse to what Jacob will be putting out. Nah, man, there's poor people. Let's get them homes. Let's get them land. Let's get them. Esau like, you know what? Nah, because I want a little bit more money. You know what? Let's tax them here. We're like, wait a minute, dude. I'm trying to do this. So it's contrary to it. So let's
Cause Esau don't know how to.
You gotta take him out.
Man, you gotta take him out. Cause
You gotta take him out.
He'll never have enough. He'll never have. This devil will never have enough. Just never.
We both can't be on the throne.
Come on, man. If I see a whole field of grapes,
Oh, mentioning that.
like, come on, man. I mean, all I gotta do is go and get enough to feed myself.
Yes, sir.
Oh, get that out.
Esau, he don't
It's
want.
in
He want the whole
Obadiah.
field.
Obadiah, yeah, get that in Obadiah.
Hey, gathers. Let me grab this real quick.
Yeah.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16, and it reads, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau." It says, "Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright."
Right, you sold your birthright for what was good for you, which would have been the rulership of the world. You'd have had to go through trials and tribulations like we did. We'd have to go through the afflictions, but then you would have got the kingdom.
Yep.
See, but you didn't want to go through that. A little affliction as being hungry for a little time.
Yeah.
That was too much for him. Oh my God, I'm gonna faint. What good did this birthright profit me if I should die? Like that's why when the old you could just see him acting like that from the old films when they talk like that, like some little fairy dust guy.
Whiny ass fucking
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Oh my God.
And profane means what's outside the temple, right?
yeah.
So how can he sit on the same throne with Jacob? He can't.
You
can't.
It says, verse 17, it says, "For you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing," why? Because that's part of the law. He was
Yeah.
firstborn, but
He would have, he was the firstborn, yeah.
but it was already set up in the spirit that he wouldn't. It says he was rejected. It says, "For he found no place of repentance."
Well, technically he had it until he sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He technically had it, but he sold it. No, it was set up in the spirit. But I'm saying
Yeah, yeah.
technically he had it, but it was set up in the spirit for him to sell it.
And if you think about it, he is in his blessing right now.
Yep.
Right, he is his
He's
blessing
in his
now.
blessing. He is in his
So
blessing.
be happy. Be glad.
Yeah, be happy.
Damn.
So, says he was rejected, where he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
No matter how much you get on your hands and knees, Esau,
Lamentation.
how much you cry,
Yeah,
it's
Lamentation.
over for you, man. It's over for you, man.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You got this precept?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, this is Obadiah 1 and 5. It says, "If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they
Yeah,
not
because you're going to be
have-"
cut off. At the whole point of this, after all this, you ruled the world. You were the steward.
Yep.
You're the unjust steward, but you
Yep.
were the steward.
Yep.
You rule this world, but at one point in time, you're going to get cut off.
That's
Yep.
right.
And would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Right. You still pass beyond reason, man.
Man,
The Lord, the scripture said, "Come, let us reason together."
Yep.
Reasoning will have you ration out, because it said when you read the thing about steward,
Yep.
it said rationing out the goods,
the good.
rationing out to each person what they need,
Not to you.
not to just keep taking. Now you're so many trillion, maybe you're a freaking zillionaire, and then there's people out here starving, finna drop dead. It doesn't even begin to make sense. You got more money than you could even spend.
Well, see, what they do is they put taxes. Motherfucker, you got all the money, goddamn money. Pay your taxes.
They
But
don't
you
gotta
wanna-
pay taxes.
Exactly. But you want to tax the people who ain't got no money. But you got all the money in the world. You got all the money in the world. If you pay those taxes, you wouldn't have to worry about the economy.
There's no tax on capital gains,
Yeah.
taxes on your labor.
Yeah.
So if you labor,
Yeah.
they tax that. So
Yeah.
if you just gain money from money, there's no tax.
There ain't no tax.
And that's
Which
all
is
they do.
stupid.
And that's all they do.
That's all they do.
They're set up to
Right.
just gain
Yeah.
money
Gain
for money.
from money.
That's why
And
it says
they've
right
never
here,
had to work.
if great gatherers come to thee,
Oh, you're gonna work a lot in the
would they
kingdom.
not leave some grapes?
You're gonna work all that money off. Hey, what is it?
Continue
If-
employment.
Continue employment.
Every day. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah,
No,
the
you
average
don't
common person with common sense, you would leave some grapes. But you don't got common sense.
No.
That proves that you're the basis of men.
Yep.
Even though you're ruling. The Lord set up the kingdom of men and have put over it what? The basis of men.
But it's like there's an orchard right here full of grapefruits. A person in their right mind know they can't eat that whole field of grapefruits, so they're gonna take what they can eat.
Right.
Esau Edom gonna come and cut everything
Or if you did get it, you know what you would do? You'd take one thing out and put a seed so you can get some more. But no.
Esau Edom gonna come, surround the whole thing with barbed wire, kill whoever owns it, and take it, and don't let nobody enjoy it.
No.
The best you gonna do is look at it from past the barbed wire.
And it'd be
And the machine guns, if you come across that line, you're gonna kill the shit out of you because you're hungry and you just want a grapefruit.
and all he gonna do is what? He gonna keep the grapefruits on the tree until they rot out.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna let
But he
you
don't
do
even
nothing.
like them.
No,
They
he
good
don't even
for
like.
him.
He
He don't
like
want them.
nothing. He don't
He
want
just
that.
don't want you to have.
Yep. Little greedy
Man.
bastard.
Damn, Jeff.
Yeah, but that's also going into how the Lord's gonna make Esau bear.
Yep.
You know, because like I said, somebody in their right mind, because that was part of the law was to leave, for the ones that came back behind the board.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord's gonna take everything from this damn devil.
Yeah, because he took everything.
Yeah.
He took everything.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's saying.
Yeah.
The way you stole and took from the land, even the oil and the things, and then you even dig up and bring up the rocks from the thing, break that up, and then sell it to people for their landscape.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not one thing you don't think, I can make money from that. I could make money. Let's make money from that. Oh, let's sell it. Everything's for sale.
Digs out of the ground is so the tectonic plates can shift smoothly, and that's why there's earthquakes and shit like it is.
Right.
Because there's no,
Well, they were saying that in Puerto Rico. They said what was happening really was they were doing a massive amount of pulling oil out of the ground in Puerto Rico, and that's when that big earthquake hit.
Right. Because the ground doesn't have that. It no longer has that lubricant. So it's
Go
a
smoothly.
smooth transition.
That's what you have
Yeah.
over your knee, right?
Right.
So your knee bends the right way.
Yeah.
You have this lubricant. Same thing with the earth, because the earth is a living thing.
Huh?
Go ahead.
This is Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Right? You self-proclaimed so-called white man. Be glad you're in your rulership, like the brothers were saying earlier. Right? You're in your rulership. Go ahead and be glad, man. Don't be sad. Don't be mad at us.
Yeah.
Don't get mad because we're the 12 tribes of Judah. Like
Yeah.
Nah, we're the Israelites. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, we're the Israelites, man. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We're the Israelites, man. Right?
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom,
Right.
that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Right. And if your land of Uz right now is what? America, man.
Yeah.
America is the golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. You've been exalted for quite some time, and what America has to go now. Right? You had your chance that you could have ruled, and really you could have had a decent rulership. But you're so much the devil.
So greedy.
You're so greedy. You could never get enough, man.
You never have enough.
Right? The Habakkuk said you're as deaf, you're as hell. You can't be satisfied.
Man,
Right?
death and hell follow after this one stuff. Man.
Right? Well, that's what it says in Habakkuk. But same verse. But basically, it's saying that he's as deaf as hell, and hell's like a hole. Basically, saying he's like an empty, bottomless pit,
That's it.
and he can never be satisfied. No matter what you throw in that bottomless pit,
Yep.
it's bottomless. It don't have no. He can never be satisfied.
It's like that
He's gonna
saying-
get everything.
Yep.
He's gonna
It's like that
more,
saying
more,
when
more,
people-
more,
That's right.
and to the point that he want the souls of men.
Yep.
'Cause
It's like that saying when people get
did you
hungry
read that?
and they
I
just
finished
steady
it.
eating.
Did you get
They
to the
be
part
like-
of the souls of 18? Revelation
The
18?
cup shall also.
Revelation 18:13?
I think we have read that.
Yeah. About the soul. Did you get to the souls?
Oh, you know what? No, I never did bring that up. We
Yeah,
kept
'cause-
moving on. Well, let me finish this.
Yeah, that's how the precepts come in. You got to be fast, all right? You gotta be on there.
No, you moved right on. You moved forward, and we were just sitting on it. I'm still sitting on it.
Okay.
The cup
Well, can you
also
bring
shall
that out real
pass
quick? 'Cause
through
I just brought out
unto thee.
and then go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I want.
Revelation
Ultimately,
18.
that's what he want now. He want now. It's not enough. Now he needs your soul. That's why he got to remove the God gene,
Yep.
right?
Well, you get
Right.
that's what them celebrities and shit doing, selling their soul to Esau.
Yeah, but they that's true too. Yeah, but they got that what you call them? They had a so-called thing that they can give you the hokey pokey with, and it can remove the God gene.
Yeah,
The
a lot of
the
folks
VMAT,
saying, I can't
the
feel,
VMAT too.
Yeah. So
Right,
I'm starting
the
at
God
11 with this, man.
Go ahead.
And the merchants, this is Revelations 18, starting at 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Right.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Because like you said, the Lord's going to make them bare. He's going to get taken completely. Everything's going to be taken. The Lord's going to take you. You took excessively, the Lord's going to take excessively for you.
Right.
But then the rest of these kingdoms, they're going to realize they're mad at you, but they didn't think, oh, wait a minute. Because they're like you. You're stupid. You don't think about your latter end. They're going to shoot missiles on you, and then they're going to be like, oh, shit. Where are we going to make the money from? This is the consuming nation. Where are we going to make the money from now? Now they're going to be crying. Stupid, not thinking about their latter end. Come on.
Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones,
Right.
and of pearls and fine linen,
Right, because you're the unjust steward. You're ruling the world. You have all these things. Right?
and purple and silk and scarlet, and all kinds of wood, and all manner vessels of uri,
Uh-huh.
and all manner vessels of most precious wood,
Uh-huh.
and of brass and iron and marble,
Cherry and oak and what's that other wood? The mahogany wood. There's this other wood too. I forgot it. But there's this one wood. It's expensive. I seen it. The thing I forgot what it's called, but it was a desk, and that thing was like $10,000. No, it's some. It's this other kind of wood. Start with an M, but it might not. No, something else. I had to look it up. But it's this one wood, and the thing was expensive.
of cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour
Right.
and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses
Mhm.
and chariots.
Right?
This is what you
Cars,
wanted.
everything. Yeah.
And slaves and souls of
Yeah,
men.
you have slaves. See? So that's the part where he want to do. He want to enslave everybody. He didn't say, remember how we read bond and free? This time he just wants slaves. And then after the slaves, he wants your soul.
and I'm gonna just land it home with this. Verse 14. And the fruits that thy soul lusteth after are departed from thee.
Oh, right. Oh, going into like the grape, because a grape is like a fruit, right? Going into like the grape gatherer. Yeah, all your things, no more dainty things.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be taken from
Let me
you.
land it. And all things which are dainty
Oh, there you go.
And
didn't even
goodly
Hey, there you go.
are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all.
Huh. Yeah, you're gonna be taken out. Obadiah 1 and 18. You're done. What?
It's the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 15, and it reads, "He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them out again. It says, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly."
You're gonna vomit them up. Look, listen.
Ooh, we gonna punch you in the gut.
That thing is coming to the Israelites. Really, they said that you heaped up treasures for the elect, man. Really, I think it's Proverbs. Can't remember exactly, but it says he layeth up money for his children. He layeth up money for you. Go ahead.
It says, verse 16, he shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him.
That the asp goes into he's the what do you call that? He's the adder, the death adder. He's the death adder. That goes into him being the death adder because he's not listening. I mean, he ain't really.
ears, yeah.
It goes through his ear and it goes out the other. He's the death adder, and then that thing, what it says in the poison,
The poison of asp, the viper's
the
tongue.
poison it goes into basically all your philosophies. Yeah, yep, that's it. Yeah, that goes into all your philosophies and the way you run this as being the unjust steward. You run it, and then now it's just poison. It's gonna kill everything, and really that's what you're doing. You're killing everything. The trees, the birds are just dropping out of the sky for no goddamn reason. You got all these different things. You got us having GMO food, and then these so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they're not getting it, man.
Mhm.
Everything is walk around in folly, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter.
Right, and Elder Yashawama went into that, saying that goes into riches. The milk and honey goes into riches. When the Lord said that He was going to give us into the land of milk and honey, was saying that we were going to have riches, man.
Right.
Because He was saying that when you go into the customs of the Israelites or Eastern customs, honey and milk were only given to the king.
Yeah, 'cause it's called the land of milk and honey, which
Which were
devil's
kings.
not-
We're a nation of kings and priests.
the
Yeah.
devil's not going to get that.
Right.
It says that which he labored for shall he restore. He labored, what? Stole it. Okay? He should restore.
Yeah, cut.
It says, and shall not
But,
swallow it down.
you're gonna restore it.
Right.
Even though you labored for it, you're gonna turn around and restore it.
Of
What
course.
did Kanye said? He said, "Why fix your lips when you're gonna end up apologizing?" You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
It says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. It says, verse 19, because he has oppressed and forsaken the poor.
What? Okay, there you go. He oppressed us, man.
Yep.
And you forsaken us so many different times. You are, man. Like you say, man. It just, you know, you get mad, but it's okay because ultimately the Lord is telling us, don't be too, you know, to the point that you faint, because guess what? I'm gonna reward you. Hold fast to that what you have, man. And look, man.
Yeah.
What?
It says, because he has violently taken away an house which he builded not.
Right.
I'll just get one. Right,
Right,
the whole,
because
the
we
whole
did that.
chapter's fire, but I'll just get one.
We did that, right? Because who built the White House?
Right.
Jake. Who land you were on? Gad. So you had all these different things that you had. Hey, look, we're gonna have to take it. Even the land that you're in now, you're in the land of Israel. That ain't no land that you built the houses. You didn't have that. That was our stuff. That belongs to us.
Everywhere he's gone.
Right.
Those castles and great
Britain,
structures
yeah.
in them other lands, Scotland,
Scotland, yeah.
all of them. He didn't build them. He just moved in when he murdered the inhabitants, kicked the inhabitants out,
Stole
Which was us.
Stole somebody's
Yeah,
house.
we were those.
still a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Verse 20, it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Right. Hey, he's not gonna feel. Hey, he's not feeling it now. He's not feeling any quietness, because that's what this is, man. The true Hebrew Israelites are rising up. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and the Israelites around the world, man. Their phenotype may look like another nation, but they're out there raising up, man. The brother that's in Nigeria, he's out there preaching, man. That brother go in, man.
Oh.
This is Proverbs 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's
Right.
children.
Which is talking about Yahweh. Yahweh is going to give the world to Yahushai, and by default, I like how the brother said that. By default, we're joint heirs. I like that, because ultimately that's what you Edomites were. By default, you got white privilege. By default, you didn't get the money. Amalek didn't get you the money, but he did at least give you white privilege.
Yep.
By default. But by default, we're going to get the kingdom. We're going to be joint heirs, and we're going to rule over the whole world in righteousness. And they're going to be, we ain't going to cry no more. We ain't going to die no more. Man,
None of that.
hey, I want to join. I definitely want to be, I want to be a recipient of that.
Right.
By default, even if it's by default.
Lord willing.
I need that.
And the wealth of the sinners is laid up for the just.
Hey, there you go. Okay. See, he vomited up.
Yeah.
Vomited up.
He said, but the wealth of what? Of the sinner, which is Esau. We already proved that you're the wicked. You're the sinner. So that wealth is going to be laid up for the just.
That's right.
Israel.
Right? Go ahead.
It's Revelation.
Because we're going into that whole thing with Go ahead, keep going.
It's Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength.
See, salvation is coming to who? The nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Go ahead.
And the kingdom of our power.
Of our power. See, the kingdom going to who? Our power. Yahweh, then to his son, and then us by default. I love it, man. I love it.
And
What?
the power of his Christ,
Hamashiach.
Hamashiach, for the accuser.
Yeah, accuser. Yeah, that's Esau, the devil. Because that's ultimately what devil means. Devil means accuser or false accuser. Because ultimately, that's how he's gonna get to chance to lay his hands on us by falsely accusing. Right? He's gonna set up a scenario to show. Oh, look at those dangerous black Hebrew Israelites. Let's go. We gotta get them. Look how bad. Look, they got guns. They're militant. Look at them. And then you got some of these camps that basically give them fucking ammunition to show it that way.
Yep.
You know, Sakari, you know, walking around with their guns and walking with the things, man,
Machetes
and all this stupid shit. Oh,
body armor.
wrapping their face like a ninja and shit, man.
That's no faith in Yahweh shot.
None.
Man, if you had a gun, man, put it. You could have it. Nobody gotta see it. Nobody gotta know, or leave it in your car. Put in your thing that, you know what I mean? You don't gotta flash it. If you feel like something might happen, I'm just saying, because they might feel like something might happen while they're there. But, or whatever.
But where's your faith?
Yeah, but where's your faith? But I'm just saying, but even then, you don't need to be flashing.
And Menachem, he proved that.
Yep.
His faith manifested itself with that damn gorilla little looking some bitch that ran up on it.
Right, good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Most High, man, shoot, where's your faith?
Yeah, good. That's right. I'm just saying for the fact that they're giving our enemy ammunition, man.
Yeah.
But you
It
showing
really
the
seemed like
gun.
those cops sent that dude.
Yep.
He's shaking their hand and everything.
But I'm
else.
talking, yeah. But I'm talking about these other camps showing they're out there in camp with their guns
Yep.
visible.
Yeah,
Is what I'm
'cause
saying.
They don't have faith.
Yep.
They don't go. You don't know neither staff nor
Purse.
sword. Yeah, nor purse. Man, but they do all that knowledge, and they do everything opposite what the scriptures say.
Yeah, because the scriptures tell you that our weapons of warfare are not carnal.
Right.
So we don't need these things, man.
Okay.
We got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If he protected us then, what makes you think he's not going to protect us now? Man, y'all going out here with these guns and swords and all this. Man, y'all dumb, man. Because you 2/3, man. Y'all dumb. Especially you Israelites that know you Israelites. You know, IUIC, ISBK, Shikari. Y'all dumb, man. Because y'all doing that which is against
HOI.
Y'all doing that which is against the words of Yahweh.
Put it on actual video. Yeah.
Y'all going against the words of
You
Yahweh.
can't win with Esau's blessing, and guess what? Esau can't win with yours.
Exactly. So leave Esau's blessing to Esau, man,
Yeah, right.
and go for your blessing.
Right.
Your blessing is what?
Yeah, because I got into it with a dude.
Kingdom,
I was
man.
out there teaching, and some dude came up to me. He like he wanted to fight me. I was like, whatever. Like, look, I'm gonna just keep on teaching. He like, you will fight. I said, look, man, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? We out here to teach, but I'll get you. He kept on like he was gonna fight me. Some other dude walked over. Hey, man, don't do that. Talk to him. He walked away because the other guy grabbed him, talked to him and stuff. Which he probably didn't really want to fight because they know what, you know what I mean? But he walked away. But then the Lord had it to where later, like weeks, I don't even know how long, because it's been a while. Next, you know, I was out there, the dude came up to me and apologized. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I definitely understand that. So, I didn't have no gun, I didn't have any of that stuff. But through the faith of the Lord had the dude come back and apologize. He didn't come into the truth. But he did at least come back and apologize. Look, man, I'm sorry. Blah 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 blah. You out here teaching? I didn't mean to be like that. I shouldn't have did that. You know what? Just forgive me. And he walked away.
Quick on it, but
You know what I mean?
this is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7, and it says, "The angel of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, encampeth round about them that fear him,
God.
and delivereth them."
Good. And that's what the Lord did. He had another dude come and grab that. He had another dude come and grab the dude. He walked away, and then later on, through me fearing the Lord, he had the dude come back, apologize.
It didn't have nothing to do with you having any weapon,
No weapon or
no
nothing.
body armor.
No.
Just, man,
Because
faith
that's-
in Yahweh shot.
Because
He
that's
gives you the words to speak so that you don't even, you know what I mean? Hey, you pacify that dude. What does it say? How you calm him down, or I can't think of it.
A soft word turns away
word
wrath.
turns away
Wrath.
wrath.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, because you could always, and then next thing you know, it's a battle royale.
Right.
Instead, you pacify him.
So it's wonderful to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Yeah,
Because he
come.
will protect you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power
Yeah. So
day and night.
yeah, like our brethren right now, when you deal with Levi out there, that so-called Haitians, right now they're casting them down. Right? They're accusing them of being the most dangerous place in the world. But then, yeah, that's the. But then you're over there in Afghanistan. You're having wars with Iran. You're using your black ops, your secret ops, and your MI6 to do things and blow up things. And you're the most dangerous person on the planet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Biggest warmonger.
Biggest warmonger. Keep going. Yeah.
Verse 11. Read 10 over again.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's Revelations chapter 12, verse 11. And they came, it's like it, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
That's right. We're overcoming you by the blood of the Lamb, by the faith of Yahweh Shai, right? By keeping the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai, right?
And by the word of their testimony.
Right, and by the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. And this is a testimony coming out here week in, week out, doing what we're supposed to be doing. I remember one time I was out there teaching, and a dude, I don't know if I've ever seen him before. Like, I didn't recognize him, but he must have recognized me. And he rolled by on the thing. He said, "Oh, there's that faithful man." And he just kept riding by. And he kept on going. You know what I mean? Because he seen me going out there every week. I didn't, you know what I mean? Oh, there's that faithful man. He just rolled by. I never seen, I'm like, when did I ever see this guy? How did he see me? I was thinking that, I was like, I said, oh, well. Then I kept on going and I thought about it. Hey, like the Lord said, let someone else praise you and you don't praise yourself. Because I can be like, oh, I'm this and that. I'm this. No, that dude said it.
And you know, that's like with Yeezy though. The Most High made Yeezy say what he say and do what he did.
Right.
You know? That could have been him just giving you that little boost of confidence, like, you know, somebody out of nowhere just saying something to you that you weren't expecting. Like, you've never seen him, but he's seen you.
Right.
You know, and even he may not even seen you. It's just been the Most High, like, all right, see that
spirit on him.
Right.
That spirit on him, and he just, man,
Yeah, because I never seen the dude before. Yeah.
And that's a faith boost.
Right, good.
Man,
It is a faithful.
you know, go out of there with,
That's right. Yeah.
It's like when I was at work, I was at this job, and I made a video about it, but I was at work, and he's my boss. You know, he's the GM, you know, the company. And out there in Mason where I was working, and it was me and this Jake, you know, pouring concrete. And, you know, I didn't talk to nobody all day, you know what I mean? So the boss comes back in the warehouse, and he looks at us, walked by us, and he was like, congratulations, man, good work. And I was like, hey, boss, I just kept on working. But I seen him out the corner of my eye, he just kept looking at me, just staring at me. Like I looked at him and I was like, you know, the problem, sir, did I do something wrong? He was like, no. He goes, but congratulations. And I was like, what the hell? And then after he did that, I was like, congratulations. He goes, yeah. He goes, y'all got next. And then he walked away. I was like, call, oh yeah, I'm like, shit, I'm sorry. And then Jake that was with me was like, what was that about? He was like, what was that about?
Yeah.
So I looked at him and I was like, call law, y'all like, shit, I'm sorry. But I was like, you don't know, you wouldn't know if I told you, you wouldn't understand. But I knew spiritually what he was talking about. You know, and that was a spiritual thing, you know what I mean? Because Yahweh Hashem outside can put a spirit on somebody that don't even know you just to say something, man. As long as it's a faith booster. It's a faith booster, man. You know, when you're out here doing the work of Yahweh Hashem outside, there's nothing greater than doing this work, man. This is the greatest thing that has ever hit the face of this earth, man. And that's knowing this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Everybody ain't gonna know this, man. Only ones that's gonna know this is the elect through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem outside, man. Why? Because those same spirits are gonna come back and they're gonna stand on the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And that's exactly what we're doing. So if y'all want to demonize us, y'all want to do what y'all do it. We don't care.
Thank you.
We don't care, man.
Hey, it's only going to bring in the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's it,
Because as soon as you come down, as soon as you're able to put your hands on us, as soon as some of the brothers have to die to be a martyr for this faith, hey, the Lord's going to have to raise up that standard, man.
Yep.
And ultimately, we're going to know, the world's going to know what we know, that you were someone who transformed yourself into an angel of light, man.
Right.
That it was all phony. It was all for make believe, and it's so that he could show you this, but be doing this over here, left handed. You know what I mean? And then when it comes back, and no one's like, almost like how remember the 12 when it came to Judas Iscariot, when the Lord was saying, one of you betrayed me, this and that, or when he was talking about when he took off, they assumed that he was going to go give money to the poor.
That's ask who is it to?
Yeah, he asked who. Yeah.
They asked him who it was.
You know it's you. You
Yeah.
done already set it all in motion.
Yeah.
But you asking it.
Even the other disciple, is it I, Lord? Is it I?
Right.
Yeah, he probably the only one that didn't say it was I, because he knew it was him. You mean?
No, he did.
No.
He asked who I.
Yeah.
And he said,
Yeah, it is you, yeah.
he said,
It says the one who I pull the sock.
That
Who I
which
pull
thou
the sock
doest
with. Yeah.
quickly.
He said the one that I'm giving the sock to. You know what I mean? So yeah, but the point was, what I was trying to make is, that's pretty much how much the world believes that Esau is innocent, because this dude wasn't innocent. But in their thing, this dude was innocent. Oh, you know what? I think he just got up off from dinner, walked away, and he's going to go give money to the poor. That's how much credit they were giving him.
They thought he was
They're
righteous.
giving him the benefit of the doubt.
They thought he was doing something righteous.
Righteous,
you know?
yeah. And that's Esau. That's how people look at Esau. He's going to go do something wicked, which that's what Judas Iscariot, he was going to go do something wicked. But they were thinking, oh, he's righteous. He's okay.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, with all that, I want to give all praises and all glory unto Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
Yeah, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yeah, to the brothers in the four winds preaching the truth and sincerity, right? The hopeful elect, the elect. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader. Yeah, Abba Ball.
Allah, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.